Speakers of Heidelin is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our supreme and master speakers, Omeji Cat Comet, Arisu Yamakawa, Alex Franco AV, Winebow Brood, Aurora White, Psyche, Asuta Starbreeze, Cletus Oreo, Lily Black, Bob Cece, Mictor Rabentau, Anathus Moonscar, Pamela Isley, Elenriel Maximus, Codrith Novelist, Mira, Celestau Notrell, Lazy Boy, Luke Osborne, Tex, Kai Lin, Arthur Law, Beridan Derard, Cypup, Spencer Christmas, Celine DeLune, Edwin, Webster Wolf, Severa, Circa Barrakiel, Kazran, Ventos Tia, Ryark Forbear, Late in the House, Tony, Arcadia Lunashine, Framboise Zaccaro, Bergie Fudge, Seffield Cafe, Gregorium Cartus, Eros, Uananitsa, Tyler Curlyfries, Nat Clay, Chibi Duo, Jace Adama, Rurik X3, and Rivicus. Get early access to audio and video versions of the show, including the post-show, by supporting us at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV. Thank you. Good evening, Eorzeans. Welcome to Speakers of Heidelin, episode 477. I'm Lukiel Bravestone, and I'm joined today by Georgi Wiston and Mela Vanadar. Unfortunately, Rollo was supposed to be here, but something came up last minute. Trust us. It's a really valid reason. So we are gonna have to do this without him. Go through the live letter. Live letter 89. The 89th. We're getting so close to live letter 100.
100 is going to be wicked. I can't wait for the Yoshi P long spiel about it.
Yeah.
If only the next one was live letter 4x, but it's not. It will be it'll be live letter CX or XC.
Do you think
XC,
I have a hopeful prediction, and that means by that I mean I hope, not really predicting, but that if there's ever a time to switch from Roman numerals to Latin, no, that's not Latin, Arabic numerals, is 100. Because now you're starting to enter more. Yeah, we did. Well, yeah.
No, we did it way earlier. Like 31.
Yeah,
quite earlier.
Because SEO for that is horrendous. You're forcing people to be like, I remember episode 231. Now let me look that up. What was 231?
CCXXXI?
Right.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, they don't care about SEO because people will find it regardless.
It's true. It's just that
when we get to at 109, though, we can read it as 6, and that'll be funny.
Past 100. I think you are starting to enter. I mean, we know Roman numerals, but like once you enter, that's when you enter more advanced Roman numerals. When you start with the C's and the M's and the we're not going to
get to M.
We're not going to make it to M.
We're not getting to M.
How long is this game going on for?
We're not going to M.
It's taken them over a decade to get to 100.
Yeah, that's true. God, we're not going to be here that long. Anyway, I hope to see part 100 in Arabic numerals.
Hopefully.
But I won't hold my breath. Okay. Mostly because I'd be dead. That's a very long time to hold your breath, Fergs. We need 11 more live letters to get to that.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough about
maybe
future live letter 100. Today we're going to talk about and guide you through live letter 89. We'll also talk about FanFest today. Unfortunately, we won't hear the moaning and screaming of Rollo about the location for the North
Googie.
Oh, yes.
Your wish came true somehow. Yeah. Maybe suspicious.
Yeah. I'm going to I'm saying it now. There's not going to be a question. There's not going to be a post show because number one, I don't know if we have. We have questions from the syndicate actually, but I have a feeling this is going to be an XL episode because it's a live letter coverage. Okay, in channel updates, just want to mention that Spooktober is over, and if you didn't buy the Spooktober merch, it's too late now. It is gone from our store.
Oh, they're already gone. Yeah, that was fast.
Goes only 1 month only.
If you got it,
you got it.
What it looks like.
Yeah. All right. That's all. Let's move on. It's time for recent events. Yes, and in recent events, we start. Everything is like a little.
We've not played Fall Guys for a while. I was just thinking.
That's true. Fall Guys.
No.
I will introduce this topic. Fall Guys is back. Fall Guys. The Fall Guys collab is back in Final Fantasy 14. I was thinking this. Fall Guys is gone.
It is gone, more or less. It was a really fun game though, but it just I guess it got mismanaged or something. Or
I don't know what happened. I just
at some point it did, because pretty much all of its team got fired, and I don't remember exactly the context for how that happened.
Right, there was a whole controversy there. Yeah. That was very bad. But the ghost of Fall Guys lives on in Final Fantasy 14, and it will be back.
If you haven't hacked the game to get your Queen or King Bean title yet, you've got another chance of scamming legitimate players. Lucky.
Yeah.
You don't even have to anymore. Not enough people do it.
No, that's true. Yeah.
No. Well, this is a very fun collab, Fall Guys.
We enjoyed it when it first came out, and we've gone back in every time for at least one match.
Yeah. I'm not expecting...
teaches you about latency.
It really does.
Really does, yeah. Unfortunately, seeing as Fall Guys is like more or less off the radar for most, like it's not what it used to be. I don't expect this to ever like get anything else. There's not going to be any new game modes or anything. But it's a fun, romp. And if you never got the prizes, and if you didn't have the crown, you can still try.
Yes.
The bots are probably
towards that Queen.
Yes.
Bean mount. Title.
Yeah. The event...
I did see some people complaining about why it's always the same every time it comes back. And sadly, originally they did say we were in communication. 14's team was in communications with the Fall Guys team about adding stuff in later instances of the event. However, that team, as far as I know, doesn't really exist anymore. So sadly, this is probably the extent of what the event is going to be whenever it returns.
Yes.
I'm okay with that. It's 3 different maps, I think. 3 different styles of map, and then there's the final rush.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's two different maps for the first 2 events, and then the final one is always the same.
Okay.
Oh,
so,
that's
not too bad.
Yeah. It starts on the 6th of November, 2025 at 8 a.m. GMT, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Time. We haven't said this for our live viewers, but daylight savings did kick in last week.
Yeah.
And so that means that the week before. When did it happen? Last Friday? No, sorry.
Last week.
Last Sunday.
Last Sunday.
So if you're watching, if you think, oh wow, they are very much too late.
At a different time.
They're at a different time. We're either very late or surprisingly early. But that is because Europe has shifted for winter time. Anyway, we are so it's lasts until the 27th of November, 3 p.m. GMT, and the 28th of November for Australia.
Well, I like that it's starting not in simultaneously with the Mogtome event, because I feel like that's been the issue in the past.
Yeah,
is that I have to focus on one or the other, and I always focus on the Mogtome event because that doesn't actually come back. It's always different, whereas this is always the same. So I can at least do this for a couple of weeks before the Mogtome event starts, likely on November 18th or around then.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay. It also specifies again, as it always does at the end, after this collaboration event has ended, it will be held as a special event at irregular intervals. So is it not the last time we'll see this? So, as usual. Okay. Now, we have news about FanFest. The tickets for the Anaheim Fan Festival is available.
California.
Why isn't it on the East Coast? There you go, Rod.
There you go.
You got some in there, man.
You can, if you have an active subscription, you can register for a chance to buy tickets ahead of general sales. It is a lottery. It's a drawing, so you can log in. If you want to go to the Anaheim FanFest, you can go to the website, go to the Lodestone. Only available. No, well, you what? What did you say, Rollo? 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 What did you say,
Oh,
Rollo?
no, yes, sorry, you can register.
Yeah.
It's now, it ends
Yeah.
soon, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought that was when it started.
on the
My
post.
apologies.
Yeah. Whenever it was
Okay.
posted, started.
It-
You
it-
can do the application.
Yeah. You can sign up now. However, if you are watching this on demand after November 2nd, which is if you're watching it on YouTube, it is too late. But the application period was from the posting of the announcement until the 2nd of November. I'll read the whole thing so we get all the information here.
Yeah.
So, ticket details. Tickets will cost $249.99 per ticket. That is $264.99 after fees, asterisk.
Very fucking expensive.
Which the asterisk, I believe, is also, that means,
It is.
yeah, that's corrected ticket prices with fees included. Okay, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
All ticket sales are final, and a form of identification will be required to pick up tickets at the event. Ticket holders will gain access to...
Excluding...
Yeah, sorry. Go on.
I was just going to say, excluding fees, that is about $50 more expensive than it was last time.
Mm-hmm.
The Anaheim venue is more expensive, and also there is inflation.
Yes.
You can figure out for yourself whether or not that's a valid increase in price.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Things
It's
are more
yeah,
expensive
I mean,
in general everywhere. So, yeah. That is expensive.
A very steep price to go to an event, though.
Yes. It says that ticket holders will gain access to the 2-day in-person event, which feature panels, floor activities, photo opportunities, a piano performance, and a rock concert. A fan festival goodie bag... Exclamation mark. A fan festival goodie bag with event-themed items inside will also be provided.
That's exciting. It's always fun to see what goodie bag stuff they get. I guess be aware if you have acidic hands.
Get that shit away.
If you have disgusting acidic Australian hands,
yeah, I don't want to see that.
Wear your grapes out.
The disgusting grapes. The player exclusive ticket drawing. To avoid the rush and long queues we expect during the start of ticket sales, we are asking interested players to indicate their desire to purchase tickets by opting into a random drawing. During this period, players with active subscriptions who possess a North American Square Enix account simply need to register their desire to purchase via our application form while it is available.
That is correct. They should make a corn stress toy.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Well, so you can consume and absorb another 25 milliliters of ink.
I'm not going to another fan fest.
No, that's fair. Now through Sunday is the application period. Like I said, November 2nd at 11:59 p.m. PST is when it's too late.
Midnight, essentially.
Yeah. Registering your desire to purchase tickets does not guarantee you will be selected to purchase tickets. Being selected does not require you to make a ticket purchase. However, we ask that you register your interest only if you're planning to make a purchase. After the application form closes, our drawing will be held, and players who are selected will be contacted starting Monday, November 10th, 2025, via the email address registered to the Square Enix account used in the application process. An announcement will also be posted on the English X/Blue Sky accounts once the selection notification emails have all been dispatched to the selected players. Acceptance emails will be delivered from an @showclicks.com email, so be on the lookout for emails from that domain. We also recommend that players check any spam, junk, or promotion mailboxes once the dispatch completion announcement has been made on our social channels. Please note that players who are not selected will not be contacted.
That's a little unfortunate, but it's fair enough.
Well,
I like that it tells you what the domain is.
Yeah.
And I like this way of doing it as an account-based lottery to really ensure that players get to go.
Mm-hmm.
I like that they say people who are not selected will not be contacted, because some things, it's often the case you just don't have any information about
true.
Yeah.
if you don't get selected for something.
That's true.
That's true.
You can again, if you did apply and you didn't get an email, you will, once the announcement is posted and you haven't gotten an email, that should be your sign that it is, you didn't get one. Tickets will be sold via ShowClicks according to the methods and schedules outlined below. Note that the website may be unavailable until closer to the purchase time frame. So Monday, November 10th, till Wednesday, November 12th is general sales of the... No, that's the player exclusive purchase period. Sorry.
Yeah.
Players who have been selected will receive a direct purchase link that will grant the ability to purchase up to 2 tickets. Players who receive an email with a purchase link will not need to rush to purchase tickets immediately, as the player-exclusive purchase period will last for several days, and there will be adequate tickets on sale to ensure that every player selected can purchase up to 2 tickets.
Thumbs up on that.
Yeah, that's good. And then general sales.
Is 3 days several days?
2. I didn't like their use of several.
Yeah, that's very generous with that
several
term.
really should be 3 and more. I
yeah. Well, anyways, you have 3 days from you receive the notification. And then a general sales period starts on Friday. So if you didn't get a pre-purchase ticket, you can join the general sale, which starts on November 14th at 11 a.m. PST. Any remaining tickets after the player-exclusive purchase period ends will be sold during the general sales period. Tickets will not be available for purchase on-site at the event. And you can also, just like with the pre-purchase, you can only buy 2 tickets.
Based on previous events, you will want to be ready to click on that link or be on the page already at 11 a.m.
That is always
PST.
a rush.
If
And the website might go down.
Don't get a player exclusive purchase period, I would emotionally set yourself up for disappointment.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be if you have like hope in your heart on that date, you're going to be in a real rough spot.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of emotions.
That's true. So there you go. That's the Anaheim.
Yeah.
Anaheim.
God. I mean, maybe it would have been good if they'd done one on the East Coast. The East Coast seems to go. But,
yeah. Weird that they went West Coast again. So there you go. That's that. Now you're set. If you want to go there, go there. In Anaheim, California. And a note on Mogmail, we will not be reading Mogmail today because of what we're covering, but we are open for your Mogmail. As you know, we were low on, actually we're empty on Mogmail. Thank you. We have received Mogmail now from several people, so thank you. But keep sending in Mogmail, speakersofv.com/Mogmail. Give us your thoughts on the live letter, for instance. That's a good idea. Maybe some speculation about what they're going to show in part 2, or your opinions.
patch, what's going on in the patch itself.
Yeah. Right, so letter from the producer live. It happened. Live letter 89. I'm going to switch us over, so let me just do that real quick.
IKEA returned.
IKEA returned, as you can see in this picture.
Buckland wore this Moogle headband for Halloween.
Yes.
Yeah.
He also
did
wore...
do the pre-live with some horrible carbuncle neck pillow and tiara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was a little more off-putting.
We were discussing it actually, before the stream, and it is a weird. I don't know when you're supposed to use it. The one with the carbuncle, because the carbuncle was like around his neck, and I thought, okay, if I'm gonna be very generous, you can use it as like a neck pillow. But the fact that it was so like it was like asymmetrical, hanging down like an actual plushie. I thought, I never in a million years could I wear that in public, like on the plane, like a child
bulky to bring with you.
Like the axolotl thing I can get because that's actually made to look like, you know, what
wasn't that one blow up as well?
Yeah, it was blow up as well, so everyone understands that.
It's not blow up.
Or is it not?
Oh, it's just no, it's just like it's a. Yuri has one, doesn't he? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It inverts.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
that's it.
I can turn it back into a pillow, but I'm not going to.
Right.
Pain in the ass.
But this one was like super like weird, and I was just I don't know. I didn't understand the purpose of it.
No, it's an odd one.
Yeah,
I mean, it's nice to have, but
it's a nice. I guess it's just a thing you have just for decoration somewhere. Okay. So let's. It says Rollo Death still on that overlay. Whatever. I expected him to be here today, so I didn't have time to change it. Okay. Well then, live letter 89. It started before they went into the actual patch 7.4. They did tell us something very interesting. We talked about this last week, that we expected the patch date. Oh no, sorry, we'll get to that actually. No, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I was so excited.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
I was so excited. Before that, patch 7.38 was mentioned.
Yeah.
yes.
which is the usual stuff that
It's just the
we
standard
get.
stuff.
Yeah, they're removing the weekly limits
Well-
on Savage. Yeah, the bottom one is
That's interesting.
that one's
yeah.
interesting. Oh, I didn't add the slide for that. Okay, well I'll explain.
No.
Yeah, so they removed the weekly limitations on Savage and the coin in. No, actually no. They
Yeah,
did-
the coin from Sandoria and the new one.
Okay,
Can
no,
be
it-
No, the
for
coin
the-
restriction. They can
It's not a
exchange
restriction.
for the,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
They can be exchanged for the weapon upgrade, but they're not removing the restriction on modular
Still 1 a
coins.
week.
right.
Yeah.
Then at the bottom, they've added. This is very interesting. They've added a new furnishing item to treasure coffers in the Return to Evil East Alliance raid. Now, I'm not surprised. Like, what they added makes sense. I understand. Like, they've added a poster from Tactics.
Tactics remake. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Tactics remake like
Well, it's-
tie-in. It's
yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
from, but you know what I mean. Like it's artwork. I just wish they did that more. You know, it made me realize that I
Yeah.
wish they just sometimes they've done it like they've definitely put stuff in dungeons post launch, but like I
Yeah.
wish that was more of like a common thing to make you want to do stuff more. It's just art. It's just like a little, you know, those artwork things. It's a housing
Yeah.
item. But you know, I like that. I like that they do that. It gives it a little more incentive to
Just
run it
chuck
again.
it when you're adding in, 5 new minions and they all come from Deep Dungeon.
Yeah.
Why not just put one of them in a random old dungeon? Why not
Maybe
add all
not-
dungeon framers?
Maybe not
kits?
all. I think we need to. You know, I don't want to run like Sostasha for the next
Why
new
not?
item. I don't know. Maybe keep it to like Alliance raid dungeons or something.
Yeah, maybe, but
Yeah. Yeah.
there's nothing to get in Crystal Tower now.
No, absolutely not. No.
So a new item to chase there would be cool.
Yes, I agree. Okay, we move on to the patch art, which is this.
There it is.
The Arcadion front and center. Now, I didn't really think about this at the time, but I do now. I am assuming the reason the patch artwork is just focusing on the Arcadion is because anything they put in for the actual MSQ in this would be too much of a spoiler. So, because we are in the pivot patch, and I'm assuming there must be something in that patch that's spoilery. I don't know, but it's just entirely based on the Arcadion. This artwork.
They do this. They've done this before. They did this with the first one, the one that had the first Nier raid. That was entirely based around Nier.
Yeah, that's true.
The one with one of the 11 raid one patches as well was mostly just
Mostly.
BKJJ and some of the random other side content.
Was it all of
And
them?
4.
I guess so. I guess also the Realm. We looked at old patch art.
We looked at a
earlier.
lot of these,
Yeah, we
I
did.
think a Realm
And then-
Awoken also had just the Circus Tower, Crystal Tower
yeah.
artwork
Yeah.
as its main art. So yeah, it has happened before. Okay, well, you'll be more mystified by the title. It's called Into the Mist.
I like that. Well, I don't like it. I think it's amusing that they overlay it on top of it clearly says the Arcadion, as if to like. I know that's not what they're trying to say, but it makes it seem like this is a direct translation of what was behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like text on top of text. I know it's like an AOC
No, I
script,
think that's my. I've been deciding on this art. I mean, I do like it. Obviously, it's non-indicative of the patch, but I think I don't like the fact that it had writing on it. That is now
because
not there.
you can
essentially.
clearly see that we could. That's like it's supposed to look like, I guess, a marquee or something, but like they could have just cleared it and just had Into the Mist on top of it.
Exactly.
Because we know it's the Arcadion already. I don't know. It's just typography on top of It's like on top of each other. It's a lot.
I mean, conflicting typography.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. But otherwise, I really like the artwork. It's showing the 3 new, potentially, I'm assuming, it must be, the 3 new champions in the...
4.
Or 4, sorry.
There's the guy in the top left.
Well,
as
Yeah,
potentially.
there's potentially the
Yes.
4th guy on the top left as well, yeah.
So what the speculation I have seen that okay, so the bottom left woman,
Yeah.
is probably the gladiator woman that's going to be fought in the arena that we see later on that they showed off. The top left, the one facing the Warrior of Light, very probably the champion of the heavyweight division, because
he's clearly
a lot of
the
people
most important here.
Also because a lot of the people just don't say he doesn't fit the vibe of what the president seemed like up until this point. And one thing that a lot of people have also been speculating is that bunny boy and then the blonde man with the hentai protagonist hairstyle, they're both wearing summer outfits. So people are suspecting that they're a tag fight.
Oh,
it's very possible.
That's possible.
They're very because their theme is so similar. It would kind of feel a bit bad if it was like two fights back to back that were of the same vibe.
Yeah, yeah.
So that would be fine, and then it leaves. I think who's this kneeling down gladiator-ish kind of helmeted person on top of the logo?
Who's that?
Because they're clearly the most important and least important person here.
When I first saw it, I thought this was just art on top of the marquee. Like this is the sign, and
it
has.
Could be.
Yeah, I think so as well.
But yeah,
it's very possible.
Yeah,
but this weird grill truck Arcadian sign, it only exists here. So
yeah,
it's a big thing to add on to it as well as just for the design of it.
It's true.
But it might be.
But it has the building in the background, so I thought maybe it's just supposed to look like it is like just the front of the building. Maybe, I don't know. Does it look like
the positioning of Honey Be Lovely weird?
Yeah, she looks awkward.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, it's because she's on the side. Yeah, exactly. She's on the opposite side to everyone else from her tier.
Yeah.
I would have swapped Honey Be Lovely and Dancing Green.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
That's.
Maybe they needed the balance
sort that out.
Men and women.
Remove the
I think that's entirely the reason.
And move and swap their places, and then we're good. Does this like sign? Is that sign and the marquee? Is that what the building looks like in game?
No, what in the background?
No, yeah, that's
no idea.
Because that is clearly the building in the background, and I'm assuming they're trying to give us the idea that we're looking at the front of the building. That's why.
Oh no, this Arcadian sign, as far as I'm aware, is just it doesn't feel like it fits the vibe of the Arcadian because it's like a grill on the front of a truck.
Yeah,
I don't recall seeing this in game.
Okay, well,
and it doesn't fit the vibe of the Arcadian.
No.
To me.
No, I guess I never really looked too closely at the building. But anyway, it doesn't matter. That's it's a classic us thing to get stuck on.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's the artwork.
That's the art.
They revealed as well that we got the release date, which is like everyone pretty much
entirely predicted.
Tuesday, December 16th, 2025. And yes, so this confirmed the fear of a lot of Savage raiders that with the 1 week delay on Savage means that they'll have to raid during Christmas. And for a lot of players in the West, that means they probably can't raid because that's a visiting family time. So or having family over, and so you can't just sit there in your gamer chair and raid,
or at least drinking.
Yeah,
and
right.
You can't do Savage when you're drunk.
No, that too. You can't be. Yeah, I mean, in a pinch, I guess. I'm trying to visualize this. If this was my problem, I would maybe like excuse my. No, I could never. Can
you imagine on Christmas?
I literally can't imagine that.
I'd love to spend time with your family, but it's more important that I go and play Final Fantasy XIV raiding.
Sorry, I just have to. I
have the
couple of hours.
Sorry, I have the chance at being. I have a chance at being world 47th to clear this Tears raid in Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, they'd had 24 hours, but some people have to travel a lot. You know, some people get.
You don't want to start traveling on Christmas Eve because everything.
Christmas doesn't just like happen on the 24th and 25th. Like,
there's a lot of build-up.
There's a lot of preparation and travel involved, for some. Some people come early. They stay over.
Some people do. I usually go early and stay for about a week or so, and then have a second week back here to be on my own.
Yeah.
And recover from so much social time.
Yeah, same. All right. Well, there you go. That's the problem, and usually they haven't bothered with that before.
Don't care about the West.
They do whatever they want, and but this year they made a change. So on December 16th is when the normal mode will release, and the new Elegant Tombstone of Mnemonics and new craftable gear will be released. However, you'll have to wait more than a week, because Tuesday, January 6th, is when the Arcadian
3 weeks later.
Yeah, Savage mode is released. So you have plenty of time to enjoy the holidays.
Such a shame for the people that celebrate that auspicious day.
You might have to excuse yourself from
you
that
have
dinner.
to take family time away.
That lovely family time on January 6th.
Genuine.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Gotta have to pop over and do a quick raid there. Okay, so that's
not in game.
Not sorry. A raid in Final Fantasy 14. We're not. Anyway, so that's good news for most of us. Moving on, MSQ. They showed
what the hell is that?
MSQ stuff.
It's the gang looking at a dirigible.
Yes. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this.
Corrupted.
There maybe the last few pictures are interesting.
Yeah.
I actually skipped one that was just of Kryl thinking.
Oh yeah,
because we said when we saw that live, pretty sure we've seen that picture before. So
I've thought. Go back to the last one for a second. So I've been thinking about this. Is it not possible that we're going to use this airship to actually travel beyond living memory within the ninth and actually just see more of the ninth?
That would be cool if true.
It's possible.
We know that
it is possible.
They did this in the previous expansion at this patch. I think was that when we first traveled to the Void, or was it 5? No,
that was 7.2.
Oh my god, that early?
So 6.2. Sorry.
We have the technology, so I mean, we can definitely travel to a pocket world. Yeah. I mean, that's possible because when we look at the next part, we are not in living memory, and that was confirmed. Yoshi P said that this is not living memory. I'm pretty sure. So we are.
It's very different. It's a very European.
Yes.
France type street.
It's like
and then there's the weird elegant dome in the background, but it looks very different from.
Yeah,
well, it looks quite a bit.
That's like a central train station or something.
Yeah,
because there's a train in the background as well. And there is a Lalafell there.
Yeah,
in the picture.
Milala, I guess, or whatever they are. I mean, this is intriguing.
Yeah, it is. I agree. I was trying to look for any symbols, and other than
I don't think
there's nothing. In this.
I don't think this is the case.
No.
But imagine this: Lindblom built their own dome, and they've just been living entirely their own separate Solution 9 life.
I wouldn't say no to that. I think that might actually be.
I was thinking
not
that too,
out there.
Specifically because when we played, I remember because Lindblom had a public transit system, but it was taxi based, wasn't it? There were just weird air taxis. Am I remembering this right? I think there was something like that. We did play this game, but it's many years ago. So when I saw the train station, I'm like, something about Lindblom and public transport. So maybe that is what that is. But people also talk about Treno. They do mention
it could be Treno as well.
But I think we all agree.
The issue with Treno is it's less discussed in this game's MSQ, whereas Lindblom has been established already.
Lindblom has been name dropped several times.
Yeah, it would be more acceptable to go there than Treno.
Yeah. Those lamps are found in Treno. Is that true?
We can have.
It's time for the lampening.
We can have another lamp moment.
Okay, I'm looking for Treno picture. Oh my god, I forgot what Treno looks like.
I mean, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Treno.
Okay, sorry, we're not going
Oh
to
my
make
gosh.
any dead air. If we can't find it quickly, then we.
I mean, it looked a lot more like Treno.
Treno is
but...
very similar to this vibe. It's like very ornate. What is that style called? Like
Baroque.
Maybe we're in
I think their lanterns, from what I can very quickly see, are those like the overhanging ones where it's like an arm, whereas these ones are not the same.
They're like standing ones, I guess.
It could be
like Rococo.
Yeah.
Rococo, yeah. Oh no, I see them. You're right. In one section of Treno, we have confirmed it here at Speakers. This is Treno. That's literally the same building. Oh, sorry, I accidentally.
You're gonna have to.
I activated some sort of Google search mode.
What have you done?
Oh fuck. There they are. That's
yeah,
it.
that is
That's
the.
the
Yeah,
building.
they are the same.
That's
yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Final Fantasy IX. So this is Treno.
It has to be. But, well, no, it doesn't have to be. It could be that they've chosen to inspire Lindblom by Treno's design within this
Yes,
universe.
they've shifted things around like that in the past.
It is weird, but I also don't see why we would go to Treno. Unless, for example,
Treno
it's like,
might be the entryway.
Lindblom has been destroyed, but Treno is fine because they made their own dome.
Yeah, well, Lindblom and Alexandria was at war, weren't they?
Treno was the Nim of the Ninth.
Treno might have avoided the war.
They might have avoided the war, yeah.
This is Dark City Treno map, is what this is called. Is it near a train station, perhaps?
The full one, so you can see chat. I don't remember enough about 9 off the top of my head right now.
No, this was like this was like the theater, I think. So that might be a theater we're seeing on the. Well, no, actually, that's just decoration that goes all along that district, I think. But still, that is a huge clue as to where it is. Then
I'm happy either way.
Yeah.
As long as it makes sense.
Sorry for
but
our
I
audio
guess,
listeners.
we probably are.
Yeah.
We probably are going to use that airship to travel around.
Yes.
But I think we saw later on that this is also part of the dungeon, so this might just be a walking through the dungeon.
Is Treno a district of
afterwards?
Alexandria? I don't remember.
No, I think it's like Alexandria is a kingdom, and I think it's a different city as part of Alexandria.
It's a city on the Mist continent.
Okay, I see.
Mist.
Oh.
Patch into the mist. We are going onto the Mist continent of the Ninth.
Yeah.
We are going to the Ninth, guys.
So we are. Yeah. I confirmed.
I forgot it was.
I'm gonna guess Doom Train is gonna come from one of these rail lines that we see here.
Yeah. Treno has no middle class. Instead, its inhabitants are either extremely wealthy or extremely poor. Remember
My
that?
kind of society.
Yeah, it's known as the Dark City Treno. Is its full name. Lovely. Also known as Treno, the City of Nobles. Okay, well there you go.
Seeing this makes me less reticent to go to the Ninth for an expansion.
Yeah.
Because at least there's some nice architecture to look at. Even though there's the horrible dome, these people have learned how to live well with Electro, whereas Alexandria went
too
far.
Well, they were desperate, though, to be fair.
They were desperate.
Also, depending on timey-wimey stuff, maybe they just haven't had as much time.
That's also possible, yeah. It's a tough one, but this looks really cool. I'm happy with this. I'm okay with a big dome, even though it's ugly. If it looks like this. I would like to explore the Mist continent and see... Because the continent's not going to be Electropy, is it?
No.
Wouldn't make sense.
No.
It'll be
I would assume so. I would assume the continent is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but misty.
Yeah, the key might be involved in this, because we are traveling between shards, so I don't know, we'll see.
The key could be involved, but we already see them in the dirigible in
if you
Solution,
see the if you look at
Memory,
the dirigible, yeah, they might already have the key, but maybe how do you travel?
Well, we're
with
already in the
dirigible?
Ninth when we're here, aren't we?
I guess so.
Yeah.
So
I guess the key isn't really needed for travel when you're already there.
The key is only needed if we want to go to another place.
Yeah, not to get to the Ninth. We have a portal.
Yeah, that's true. I guess the key is like kind of irrelevant. Then we were expecting the key to be more relevant in this.
Yeah, but I think it's something that's going to be in the back of our mind, like the heart of Sabik.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the research on the key was done on the 9th, so there still might be more information about it.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. There's another picture
Cool.
about a lot. There is Electro
sweaty
present.
Lalafell.
This Lalafell
Oh, yeah.
is showing, and I am seeing purple stuff. So I'm a little worried, Mela, that they're not showing us.
No,
all
I
of-
mean, yeah, I am always worried
Yeah.
with anything to do with the 9th, but
Yeah.
I mean, I would have to assume they have some degree of electrope technology. I
Yeah.
don't believe they could survive the storm surge without it.
No.
I'm looking forward to when we do the expansion. We go to Ku Swamp, and all the Queen of Quens of the world are just living
No.
as they were, and we're happy, and we can just live there.
I have to say, this might be all we see of the 9th as well. Remember that when we saw the
Very
Void,
possible.
For sure.
and we thought, oh, we're going to the Void next, because they were showing us like a whole like region. It wasn't a region, but it was
Absolutely.
just a small place. But it never happened. So
No,
maybe
it's
this
just
is
Zero's domain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also I feel like they like to do setup for stuff like this. Like with the Warriors of Darkness appearing 2 patches before they were relevant again.
Yeah.
So even if we don't necessarily go to the 9th immediately after this, they're setting it up as a place we can go for later.
For sure.
For all you know, we're going to the Void next expansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be egg on your face.
Well, that would be Would it be egg on my face?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think that would be very good. I'd be very happy if we could.
Covered in eggs.
I'll be covered in eggs, and I'll be very happy. Yeah, so there you go. That's all we can glean from the main scenario quest screenshots, I guess. Okay, there's also some pictures of Hildebrand.
Yeah.
Well, the Hildebrand questline, this is Hardy Boiled.
Sorry, This is a picture of Hardy Boiled, and there's also a picture of
Hildebrand
doing like a frog jump. He has very froggy legs.
What's that on his left leg? Oh no,
They're
that's
Also, there's an opacity
no,
here.
that's because the transition to the next screenshot. I was so confused.
I see. Because it's transitioning into this, which is
He's so
That's what we like.
cool.
according
The
to
coolest guy
Yoshiki,
ever.
he's not cool. He's handsome.
He is
They're
handsome.
very-
man.
Both.
Very handsome. This cactuar on a bike. So that's Hildebrand.
Barrel tender.
Yeah, barrel tender. Anyway,
Very
they showed
thick
some
boy.
pictures of the dungeon as well, which was
Yeah,
it's called Mistwake.
I
Now-
kept thinking it was Mistwalk for some reason
Oh,
in my memory.
isn't that Yugiri's
Mist-
last name? Mistwalker?
Miss Walker.
Yeah. Mistwake.
It's not her last name; it's her title.
Oh, that's her title. Yeah, right. Mistwake.
It's the same way that Estinian's last name is not Wormblood.
Right. What is Estinian's last name?
Valno.
Oh. What's Yugiri's last name?
I don't remember.
Just me asking questions now. All right. Anyway, new Mistwake. Anyway, this is the dungeon.
Mistwake.
So it's some industrial.
My only theory on the name, I guess, is Mistwake. This could have been like when things were going to shit, they started tunneling underground to escape
Yes.
the lightning.
Yeah.
maybe that's what they did.
This
They
might-
escaped underground.
This might be like
Yeah.
a shelter, like a
It could
large.
be very.
Ah,
Yeah.
it's the
Worm.
it's the Gelmore of the 9th.
Well, it also fits
That's
the.
true.
It also really fits Treno because, of course, the nobles would hide underground and then leave the poor ones up there to fend for themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
There's.
I'm just trying. I'm not sure I can correlate the lightning with the continent of mist still, because this is called Mist Wake, which makes it sound like in the wake of the mist,
Yeah.
rather than the lightning's coming.
Treno has the tunnel too. God, we forgot everything about 9. I have no memory of a tunnel in Treno.
No.
Even
but
though we
there you
played
go.
it, 4 years ago?
That's a long time.
That's a
true.
while ago.
Yeah.
We've played a lot of games since then.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
I can't fit that much information. The Gargon Rue and Fossil Rue tunnels, which are ancient transport networks that connect different parts of. Oh, it's where we go with Nocturnos. Remember? And it had like the
yeah.
bug that the bug that it was powered by bug.
Oh.
The train was powered by bug.
Yes, the big bug.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The Gargant. The
And
Gargan.
it, like, rolled it along or something.
It just walked. It's just,
and
it was connected.
Oh, yeah,
we were connected to its like back. Terrible thing, actually. Yeah, it was beneath Dr. Tott's mansion in Treno.
There you go.
There you go. It's all coming back to me now. Okay, so this could be. Where's the bug? Show bug. Maybe we're probably gonna fight a bug in this then.
I think this is the bug. Unfortunately, I think this tunneling, boring device is the bug.
You think the boring device is the bug? Oh,
well,
you know what? That's probably not a bore. That is probably. Wasn't there? Is this just? This is a door.
Oh, it could just be a door. Yeah.
I think it might be a door. But I don't remember. I feel like there was a door. Like there was like. I'm trying to remember things I can't remember. Anyway, moving on. Here is more of Treno. Yeah, okay. I mean, those lamps, those street lights as well. They're the same as the ones in the...
Before we move on, can I just let... I was letting you go because chat's already brought this up. We fought the bug in 7.2.
We fought the bug in 7.2. The Treno bug.
In the Underkeep. It's the first boss.
What? Oh, yeah.
It might be a different bug, though.
Well, there were 2 bugs, weren't there?
I suppose they don't need us to do so many bug fights.
Or maybe there was just one. Okay, well, then we fought it, so it's not happening then. Easy.
Oh, yeah. No,
Easy
you're
clap.
right, yeah.
We've done it then. No problem.
Well.
All right. The Gargantuan is the name of a B rank in heritage found as well. So
the wind's really gone out of our sails now.
Well, that's presumably named after the bug.
Okay, but what if the one we fought originally was named after
that was
this
a baby.
One? Because this is the progenitor Gargant.
This is Gargant Prime.
Yeah, Gargant Prime.
Now we're back.
Now we're back.
Okay.
Now we're back.
Whew.
We're so back.
Okay. Oh, thank God.
I mean, I wouldn't love fighting the exact same model again.
Maybe.
No, it won't be the same.
Won't be the
It'll
same
be bigger.
because it's bigger and better, baby.
It's Prime, Gurgi.
And I hope also that we get to meet a giant nose with glasses.
Yeah.
That is what I want. I want to meet Dr. Tott. Don't make him a Lalafell. Make him a nose, you cowards. Making a big nose.
Make him a nose.
I want him.
He probably won't. He probably won't be called Dr. Tott because I don't think they've used any names directly from 9
Call him
for
Dr.
any of the characters.
Schlott and just give him
make
massive.
Him a Lalafell.
His head is a nose.
Make a headpiece, which is a big nose mask, and then we can have that to have on our character.
There it is. There it is.
The witch's nose.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Fashion accessory nose.
Oh my God, everything of 9 has already been used in other things. Okay, don't add anything. I don't want to see anything because we've had everything. It's done. Anyway, moving on. More of Treno. There's a guard tower seemingly in the street. I mean, something's happened here. Something's happening because we're obviously fighting shit in the
We're in a big we're in Dalamud, essentially.
We're not in Dalamud.
Well,
Mela,
we're in a big red dome.
Mela, Dalamud was in
Dalamud's not just been done once but twice because of Cocoon as well when Shinryu and Omega.
Yeah. Yeah, this I agree with chat. I think this also. I think we're definitely like having. We're
being here for storyline.
Maybe the dungeon
which can be good and can be bad.
The dungeon backdrops might be just we'll re-enter this dungeon and that's where the cutscene takes place next to this building. Maybe. Mm-hmm. Well, this is the actual building from 9. I think this might be the theater, actually.
Yeah. Are we gonna play Tetramaster?
No, thank you. Don't want to play Tetramaster. Do not bring.
Awful.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, sorry. Jesus, I'm so jump scare warning. the next was the trial, and he did say beforehand like there's a very terrifying face in the next slide, and yeah. It's Doom Train, baby.
We finally got Doom Train. But unfortunately, Doom Train in Japanese is called Glacial Bolus. And we already have Glacial Bolus as a big man.
Yeah.
That's good.
This is good. We've been talking about wanting... I think I have been talking about wanting Doom Train since like A Realm Reborn. Ever since I saw the rails in...
Yeah, it was meant to be a Guardian thing.
Yeah.
Originally, yeah.
I thought that's classic. Doom Train will happen here. I had to wait almost 13 years for this. Here we are. Hell on Rails. This is one of the most bizarre GFs in 8, I think.
So strange.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is here, and it
very
looks
unique
very cool.
And never really used in any of the ones afterwards.
I don't think I don't know if it ever showed up anywhere. Yeah, it's a very
no.
Yeah, I think it's only in.
I suppose it in itself was a bit of a Phantom Train.
Yeah.
Like extra, but yeah.
Yeah.
Horrible
There's some kind. Yeah, you can see here it's some kind of electrope train that's been augmented with horrible flesh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What were they thinking?
This must be some sort of weapon.
What were they thinking?
What were they thinking?
Yeah.
It's a normal train, and then they've put like Ultros's mouth on its back and a horrible face on it.
Yeah.
For what purpose? That's most intriguing.
It is. This, I guess, yeah. I don't know. That's a very.
I hope its forehead lantern is a big laser.
It probably is. Yeah.
Oh, I hope it spawns ghosts on the arena and it puts light on certain players, and then the players have to go and stand on the ghosts to make them disappear.
Yeah. That would be cool.
That would be fun.
That would be cool. Okay. Not much else to say. We don't really know what this is. I'm going to assume it like it was used as a weapon or something for some reason.
Yeah.
But this where is this?
This is out in the
place?
open.
Yeah.
This looks like heritage found, but it could also just be a part of the 9th that is still got a lot of storms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's hard to know where this fits in.
Yeah. Okay, next we have the raid. Arcadion heavyweight tier, normal savage. They showed a picture of an arena, which is just like a gladiator arena with a.
How ironic that the ultra futuristic city is the only place in the patch where we get something that's very grounded in reality.
Yeah, I do like this arena.
It's very cool. I like it. Yeah, it's clean and. Pretty cool backgrounds.
He was hinting at the floor possibly falling away because there are very clearly it's segmented into bricks. Looks like what's it called? Jenga? Is that the one when you pull out the what did they call?
Yeah, Jenga.
Jenga. Yeah.
Jenga. Yeah, and then there's this lady.
Oh.
Just lady sitting there, being
lady sitting there with her her little. Very, very pixelated, like neck bit, like just massive squares there. That's like a Hien's cloak moment.
Yeah. They never shy away from that, even after the graphics update.
They love that.
And then this mysterious Ellison.
He's the main man.
Champion. Yeah. Standing on top in front of the jumbotron.
Only Ellison we've seen in the Arcadion.
Yes.
What animals do you think they'll both turn into, or creatures?
That's a good question.
Succubus.
I've seen a few succubus options for her. I'm definitely down for that.
Yeah, succubus and
him though. He's a little hard to read, you know.
Yeah,
he could be the behemoth.
He could be a behemoth.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's hard to. I mean, we have nothing.
It's really hard to know on him.
Yeah. We know that the motif is a behemoth for the Arcadion, so
that's true.
If he really is.
I guess it probably is a behemoth. And then the if it's a twin fight, the Hawaiian people, they'll just turn into like birds of paradise or something.
Birds of paradise,
yeah.
Not aquatic creatures.
No,
birds.
No,
birds of paradise.
Birds of paradise.
Okay.
2 big birds of paradise.
Okay. Well, that's the Arcadion. Again, not much to go off of there. Then Unreal reveal. They said we also we reiterated last week because of a the Reddit post we were using as a source, that they had said that they were done with Stormblood. That turns out to not be the case for Unreal. They brought back another one, Tsukiyomi's Pain. That's a great fight. So
yeah, it is a good fight.
Worth revisiting.
It's a terrible system, but it's a good fight.
Yeah. Yeah, not much to say about that, but yeah, worth doing. If you have never, you have to have done it. This is a required thing to progress MSQ. But if you haven't done it in a while, maybe revisit it now.
Crazy. A lot of people are saying something, that we defeated Yahtzee, but still my game.
I think I bring this up every time with this fight, by the way, and this fight was, the surprise of this fight was ruined because some fucker did a data mine and published it, and it was spread everywhere, and it was impossible to avoid. And then it was just, I knew, the reveal was, I already knew when the reveal happened. I was so annoyed. That's I think that's the first time I have been spoiled in Final Fantasy 14, of anything in 14.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I always think about that one.
Did you not get spoiled in the Papalimo thing?
No, because I remember how that worked. Okay. Do you remember? I think I've told this story. That was after speakers was a thing then, and people were messaging me, being like, "Do not have titles on. Turn the titles off."
Okay.
And I turned the titles off, so I didn't get spoiled from that.
Yeah, I didn't notice any on my playthrough, and I got through it fairly quick. So
yeah. Okay. Bad news for Zamail Darkhold and Aurum Vale lovers. Duty support is being added to those.
Bad news.
It's being added to those 2 dungeons. It's bad if you I know that there's some.
It's bad if you like
good
dungeons.
No, don't even. Maila's joking is flashing on screen. These dungeons are not good. We think we can agree that these dungeons are not good. Zamail Darkhold.
They're not good. No.
Is a poorly, and I will also say that some of the reason why they're bad for Zamail, for instance, is because Zamail was built for a game that was different. It used to have paths.
I mean, both of these were.
They both were, but
Zamail has a lot of optional things to do, though, which no one will ever do.
Not anymore.
True. Yeah, that's true.
There is a lot. There is a lot in these dungeons that you can't see. That is still in the game. I'm assuming maybe this is the time where they just call that, they just remove it from, cut it out of the map fully. But the Zamail is rough because you could take multiple paths and there were multiple rooms, and it was supposed to be more of an exploring dungeon, not like a linear dungeon like we do in A Realm Reborn.
Chat's right though that you can. These are in the squadron rotation at least, so
yeah,
they can work with NPCs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Zamail already got nerfed. I forgot about that. So Zamail's already had its big map nerf, but now they're going for the mechanics specifically.
I don't think they will.
Well, imagine if they linearized the first room of Aurum Vale.
Oh, that's the end of the game.
Oh, I think. No.
That room is iconic.
Yeah, I wonder how they're going to do that, because they're not going to make.
What if they put a gate in front of the first boss, so you have to kill that whole room before you can go in?
Yeah,
the whole room.
Yeah,
that would be crazy. I don't know how they're gonna do that, but I'm assuming they're just gonna put a less amount of enemies in that room, and then that will be it.
That's so true, though. With no Aurum Vale in the same way, the healer skill level globally will drop.
That's true.
It's already pretty.
You have to remember that Aurum Vale has already also been nerfed several times,
true,
and Aurum Vale has been reworked too, hasn't it? I think they've
a bit, yeah.
Did they do a graphical rework on that? I think they did.
Made it greener, yeah, more green.
So yeah. Goodbye to... Well, people are saying that you can do it with squadrons.
I don't think they'll change that much.
Squadrons are... No. There's a difference between squadrons and the others, because squadrons can ignore literally any mechanic and they will essentially survive. But...
No, I think Don't they eat the...
They eat them, but they are tuned so that they don't have to actually follow mechanics. They are dumb.
Oh yes, no. Squadrons don't eat fruit.
So they don't eat them.
Fruit.
No.
They're immune to those. I'm pretty sure.
They have no barely any AI other than attack target when you're attacking, and that's.
I think they would. I don't know. I feel like there's not enough mechanics in here to prune anyway. That they would just. They would make sure you always have a fruit.
Well, the thing is that with the squadrons, sorry, with the duty support, they are actually like, and they have to do mechanics. They don't have like a shield that will protect them, so they have to eat the fruit. It might be easier for them.
They could chuck a buff on for this dungeon if they had to or something.
Well, they're not going to. I just know they're not going to. They're going to simplify. That's what they've done in all the other dungeons. Yeah. So why would they change for Aurum Vale? Aurum Vale also is and again, it's been nerfed, but Aurum Vale has always been a rough dungeon for new players.
True.
That has been a nightmare dungeon. I remember people trying to do coin counter back in the day. You remember this too. You've definitely
coin
been
was
here.
Great.
Coin counter would be like
standing in front of his line.
Yeah, people would leave the dungeon because they couldn't get past him. So I think there's going to be some changes for.
I mean, it's a dungeon that teaches things that aren't relevant to the game in its current form.
Yeah.
Like pack management is just not a thing you deal with in this game.
No. Yeah, it's unfortunate, of course. I think it's sad to see, especially these dungeons, because I remember them from when they were originals in 1.0, but they have to, the times are changing, and so must they. So that's how it is, and so must we. So there you go. I'm not saying this is a terrible. You shouldn't fear. They're not gonna the dungeons are still gonna be in the game. Okay. It's gonna be
they're
fine.
just not going to be good. They're they are currently.
They are not
fantastic.
good. Let's not also forget that these are probably two of the worst dungeons in the game. Okay, so let's not forget that. Let's not forget ourselves.
These are from 10 years ago.
Yes. Well, they're even older.
We've got to focus on we've got to focus on the job reworks of 8.0 and all the good things to come.
This is
we can let these go.
Yeah, these are 15 years old. These dungeons.
Are people mourning the change of these dungeons?
No one is. No one is.
All of the dungeons they've changed so far have already lost everything that makes them good because of either an increase. No, like Final Sting and stuff. It doesn't do anything anymore.
Right.
So there's no point.
It still do a lot of damage.
But it never one-shots you.
No. It didn't one-shot you back then.
It one-shotted you back then.
It would take you just to a low enough that the mobs could finish you off.
It one-shotted you in a Realm Reborn. It destroyed you.
Was that a good thing, Mela? Did you enjoy it when you had to leave Duty in Progress and not get?
I never joined Duty in Progress, but I enjoyed it.
No, but you would have to leave your party because you know that you're wasting.
No, Link Shell, mate.
The tank leaves. Do you remember when the tank left? In Aurum Vale, and it never
my tanks were good.
And you would sit there for an hour.
I remember that, Nikhil, because did replenishing even exist in base Realm Reborn?
I don't even know.
I don't think so. No, I think you just had to leave.
No, I don't think so. You just had to deal with the fact that you'd have to leave.
Yeah, and then you had to queue up again. It was not a good time. Well, chat says, I did it with friends. Why not with Link Shell? Lol. Not everyone did. Not everyone did. I had friends. I didn't have 4 that I could use. I had 3. So we needed to have 1 extra in there.
That should have made them a DPS.
That happened to be a tank, unfortunately. So the most requested role.
The point stands, though, whether you enjoyed it or not, those days are massively long gone. They've been gone since Stormblood, or maybe even Heavensward. So.
And the reason is because of experience. Exactly. We know that players in large part did not enjoy having to leave a duty and then queue up again, wait 30 minutes, and then potentially have the thing repeat and repeat forever, and never just getting through Aurum Vale. Okay, anyway, moving on from that.
Yay!
PvP update. Not much to say, except the biggest thing ever for PvP. New frontline map, guys. There is a new frontline map.
That's Pog.
Where
did this come from?
Again, another thing that we just talked about. Maybe a couple of episodes ago. It was like, when was the last time we got a new frontline map? I think it was Georgia said it. And here it is. A new frontline map. Yeah, and now
the thing is, we sort of have had 2 new frontline maps because of the reworks they did to. Yeah. I'm not saying they're good.
No,
one of them's decent, but
because of the reworks they did to Shatter and
rollback secure.
What's the other one?
What Seal Rock, whatever.
Is it Secure?
It's not called that anymore, is it? Or is it?
Seas?
C.
Secure.
Secure.
It is secure. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I guess so. But like, this is a whole new map. Like,
It's been a long time since this. We've not had this since Stormblood, I guess.
Yeah, since we got the one.
On Salhaka Nansham Badam.
Yeah.
On Salhakar didn't come until Shadowbringers.
Oh, well, there you go. So
Well,
Shadowbringers.
Yeah. So Warcore.
But we're going to Warcore Chirte.
Cheetah. However, no one will say
Cheetah is how it's written in Japanese.
Yeah, but they're not very good at saying Roman words.
We'll call it Warcore for now.
English words.
It's Warcore.
This is not an English word, Mela.
No.
Wherever it's from.
It looks like it's using the same system as.
Yes.
It's using a similar visual system, but he did say it will play slightly different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Madame.
I mean, this is big, but it's not the only big thing. Something that wasn't properly translated at the time.
Oh yeah.
Was that apparently they're going to be bringing feast rewards.
That's right.
Old feast rewards as purchasable.
Yes.
Yes, please. Can I finally get my unique feast reward mounts that I've complained about for a decade?
Yeah, I mean,
I hope so.
It's finally time. We'll see. We'll see it's going to be like one item, and they're going to do like one item every expansion that you can buy back.
Look, it's something now. Eventually, we'll get them.
Yeah.
The saddest part about them doing that, because of how vast the feast community was, not a single person will complain because none of them are playing the game anymore. I doubt.
Okay.
So it's good.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so there's some more pictures of the arena. It looks very nice.
It looks incredible. Oh my god.
Yeah.
My favorite zone in a PvP map.
Excuse me.
They've skipped
Frontline.
so many options as well from... Frontline. There's just so many expansions worth of options to give us the most latest one.
It appears to have layers. I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, imagine being up on that little cliff thing and then dropping Dragoon LBing right down on some noob's head.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Oh, yes, we did.
They're making a change. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, we have to go back a little. For duty support, they're changing how when you wipe currently in duty support.
When you die.
Yeah, when you wipe personally.
They're going to change that now so that when you die, you will still wipe the first time, but you get a stack like the stack that you get in Trials. Where you can die and then you'll just auto-res.
Duty support trials specifically.
Yes. And you get like a re-race, essentially. That's essentially what it is. You get re-raced on the spot. And then if you die again, you get 2 stacks and it'll build up so that it'll help you get through.
Assumingly, there's a cap.
I'm assuming there's a cap. Possibly, I don't know, 9.
I would assume 8.
Yeah, 8. Yeah. That's a lot. You're struggling a lot, but...
I mean, you're gonna
You're gonna run out of time.
So you get through 10% of the boss's health each time.
Yeah. The stacks reset after you beat the boss, so it'll be per boss.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a really good way of doing it. You never feel like you're being sort of You can always progress, but you never also feel like they're kind of making fun of you by the time you get to the second one, because you might have just struggled on the first one. So it's a good way of doing it.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Okay.
chat.
Another massive thing update to Air Force One, another thing we talked about very recently.
Whoa.
A new gold saucer. It's the Cieldelis. Cieldelis. I hate that word.
Cieldelis.
It is.
What the hell? They've taken the plane out of the gold saucer.
Yeah, you're just in.
That's dangerous.
Hullbreaker Isle. So that's very exciting, and you get to see this.
Yeah.
Well, we're assuming it's Hullbreaker Isle, but I'm not. I mean, it could just be.
It's around the Isles. It could be another one because I think it's like a chain, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to assume they're using Hullbreaker Isle. I don't think they're making a whole new visual map.
No.
But it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you fight the Kraken at the end. Very exciting. New update to Air Force One.
This person's doing
very well.
Yes.
My God. Why are we the same person?
Yeah.
God.
Okay.
Every time.
Massive. Okay, we're gonna have to discuss this a little bit. I think the Phantom Weapon update is coming with this patch. Eye level 775.
Very good. High.
Yeah, and items required for the weapon enhancement can be obtained from various duties, including the Occult Crescent. So thank God we have
Two
confirmation.
options. It's in and out.
Yeah.
Shake it all about. So that's nice.
Yes. That's good.
I think 775 will be, so tomes will be 770, won't they?
Yeah.
Because 765 is the current
no,
Savage.
7.
No, there'll be 780.
780.
Yeah, 780.
Okay.
So it'll be yeah.
780 and then 790 will be the upgrade. Okay,
Yeah.
So it's not the best, but
It'll be low, and then
something.
Traditionally now it will be 7.5. We get the last bit, and that brings it up to
Well, 7.55.
sorry,
yeah.
0.55.
Well, yeah, that brings it all the way to the final Savage eye level.
Yeah. Okay. But he did say something. So that's very good. I hope that Occult Crescent is the preferred way. Like that is the
Absolutely.
quote unquote easiest way to obtain the items. But we'll have to wait and see. But he did say something very interesting at the end of this slide, and that is that they will change. No, they will no. Oh, sorry. Let's get this right. What did he say exactly? Maybe I need the actual quote for this, just to get it right. Well, this is not the actual quote. This is a translation of the quote. Let me get it just in a second. He said specifically that it has to be interpreted a little bit. You see. Sorry, I was scrolled all the way down.
Things. It's a little.
Yes. Hold on.
A little
I'm almost
scary.
there. I'm on the. That's the slide, isn't it? Yeah. So he said we are developing. No. Oh yeah, sorry. That's also important to mention. Actually, the new tower is being developed. Wait. No, sorry. That's next.
With two modes.
I'm way ahead.
Yeah, you're jumping around.
He said, sorry. When we consider the weapon series after this one, we might completely change it. This might be the last time for this kind of upgrade system, is the quote.
There's also ways you can interpret that.
Yes.
You could interpret it as the end of relics altogether. You could interpret it as no more Eureka type, whatever that's called. Large scale. Whatever they're called.
Field exploration.
It's good. Yeah, field explorations. Or that field explorations will no longer be tied to relics. Lots of different ways you can interpret that.
Yeah.
I'd be very, very sad to see the end of relics. But I absolutely fully understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
If they don't want to do them anymore, because this community is horrendous to please.
I am reading this in a more positive way, in that I think they want to start over. They want to clear the table essentially and just start on like fresh paper. They'll start over. I think that's
I'd do
probably
anything to go back to not the grind of A Realm Reborn, but the uniqueness of A Realm Reborn.
Well, that would be going back.
I do miss
I
that
think
so
they want
much.
to do something new. I think that's what he means by this.
Yeah.
We are not going to repeat anything. We're going to do something that everyone's going to like, which I think is still the wrong approach, because I think at its core, the idea of a relic is going to be unappealing to some. Because
relics aren't meant to appeal. It's weird because relics are meant to appeal to the very casual people.
Yeah, but casual
who can just get on with it.
The idea of casual
as they want to. Yeah, it has. It feels like the people who it's supposed to please are the ones who aren't even pleased because they're not getting it day one.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get to.
Very strange.
I think casual nowadays means that they want it fast with, limited
whereas
time.
casual normally means people who don't do hardcore content, don't do high stakes content.
That's the old definition, where a casual is expected to be someone who has limited time, who logs in and then works a little bit on the relic, does whatever they have to do, their busy life, come back the next day, work on it a little bit more, and then eventually they will have a weapon. But that has changed to become more like I don't want to do that. I don't want to do all this grinding. I want to get a thing and be done. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I mean, I'm saying that that's just it has changed. It's just
it
different.
has. It's so hard to know how to interpret that, but we'll have. I mean, this next expansion. We're not going to get any information on that for over
that's
2 years probably. So
yeah, for sure. But it is an interesting.
That's fine, but it's worth.
I know, like especially old timers that have played MMOs for a long time. This feels nonsensical to say, you know, that you should work on. Why are you playing the game? I've said this for years. Why are you playing the game if you don't want to play?
There are lots of ways to do,
but
you know, relic-y type weapons in games, which could still work in 14.
Yes, it's difficult. I think it's the most difficult segment
it really is
to cater to, because they don't want to do extremes.
They're never happy.
They don't
want to participate in content, but want to be given.
They want to show off,
weapon.
but they don't want to have worked for it in a
work.
Yeah.
But they also want to have to put in loads of effort, because if there's nothing to do in the game
these days.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is very boomer talk. I can hear it, and I don't mean to get all boomery, but you know. It is a little, you know, you have. What is the achievement if you're going to show off something that you just purchased, essentially?
Exactly. That's exactly like the legend titles and weapons.
No, Mela's joking. I can't be bothered to turn it on, but yeah.
That one's true.
It is completely ruined for you, though, Mela, and in part me because of you, because I always think that now.
I have wanted to step in there for a long time. We're never going to do it.
No,
whatever. I don't even care.
But you don't want you want to have earned it, Mela. Like, personally.
I want to have earned it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I wouldn't want to. If I purchased
I would never want to.
Well, first of all, people would suss me out very quickly if I suddenly had that title.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't last very long with that.
There's grey flogs passes.
You've been doing very well. Okay, well, anyways, we'll see what happens to the relic with the next expansion, I guess.
I'm praying every day.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna let go of it. I think it's gonna be in there still. Okay. Then Occult Crescent Update 1. There are 3 new Phantom jobs added: Mystic Knight, Dancer, and Gladiator. Whoa, what do I already say that? Gladiator.
Dancer in the game.
Yeah, but we also already have
Gladiator in the game.
Yeah. These are reimagining.
Look at them boots. Like a dancer.
Fancy heels.
Yes.
Stilettos.
Yes.
Mystic Knight's the main draw there. It's a pretty unique class. I kind of still want them to add something like that. I want a new tank. I want like a magic-y tank.
We probably will get a new tank next expansion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it's a good one. Not another gunbreaker or something shit.
Okay, they added beneficial accessories for Occult Crescent as well, which is very cool, I guess. 4 pieces of Disciple of War and Disciple of Magic each. And character attributes are increased while exploring the Occult Crescent. And they're obtained rarely from critical encounters, treasure chests, magic pots, and happy bunnies. So
all methods of obtaining stuff.
Yeah.
In the Occult Crescent.
Yes. They also said that they're working very hard on the major update for Occult Crescent for 7.5, and there will be a tower with multiple difficulties based on player feedback. So, if you're wondering about that,
have been needed, but
no.
Fair enough.
Yes, I will say
the feedback is what we're saying shouldn't have been needed.
Yeah,
they should have just made 2 types.
Absolutely,
they should. Yeah. So we talked about this when we covered this live letter, but yeah, the Occult Crescent, the fact that this update this is all we're getting, plus the relic, really, to me, sours the lore aspect of this content, which we were hoping would be, explaining a lot of the. It would give us more lore about the nations that are involved in the story here. Unfortunately, there is no such update this time.
Yeah, I mean they're very important cultures to the main part of the game.
Yeah,
that have kind of been put to the back, even though this should have been the time for them to shine.
Yeah,
and I know more about the 9th than we do about some of these.
I am actually more. I am both annoyed and worried about the fact that they saw a need to add another nation that is just a pop-up nation, and I fear that when we get more lore in the 0.5 patch, or in 7.5, it's going to be about that nation. That's going to be the central focus, and we're just not going to get anything on the other. That's
the Lost
my fear.
Nation.
They
but
love doing that.
Wouldn't it be really funny if we do all the Lost Nation? It's like, oh, it turns out that this was just put here by the curator as a little bit of a joke. They're not real at all.
Yeah.
And then we don't get anything about anything.
God. Yeah.
Very upsetting. Who are they?
Well, who cares? I don't really care. Oh, the curator.
I mean, I care a bit because no,
the fifth nation,
the new nation, the extra, the fifth element. Who are they? Because I don't care either. But the fact that they exist and apparently existed in Eorzea, where, like, what nation did they become? What's going on? Why? What was their role in the war?
It better be a very good reason for them to add it.
It better be a good reason.
Because this is something that I've had a issue with before. Is that the writers love. They don't really like fleshing out our old stuff. They love adding new things in. Like this pop-up thing that shows up and be like, oh, but this though, look at this. This was here all the time. You just didn't know. It's like, yes, but what about the thing we should know more about that's been here for centuries? Like, why are we talking about it?
Yeah. Is it actually important that the Yokkoi found the Great Serpent of Ronka on the source, or was that just a funny little the screen?
It was funny. It does the screen.
But is it meaningful? Because it feels like it could be or should be.
No. Don't think about it. Okay. Anyway, moving on to new cosmic exploration star. Yeah, Mega Saturn. Oisis. It's a looks like a desert style planet, I guess, like Arrakis.
It does, but unfortunately when you get there,
it's very mountain.
All the color you saw from the atmosphere has been washed away.
Yeah.
But it is quite like the broken up terrain is quite spectacular to look at.
Mm-hmm. Yoshi P did say that there used to be a civilization here. And
that's pretty big news.
Yeah, and it found its end, and it affected gravity somehow. And you can see there.
Found its end how? Was it told that life's meaningless by a little bird? And
possibly.
Or is there no connection? Because why would they tie it up to a previous expansion?
There is.
This will probably get explained similarly.
For sure.
I hope so.
You can see there are a little bit of ruins on the right side of the picture. You can see that there's some part of a building or whatever that's floating there. There's some rubble. There's also on the ground, obviously.
This one could be the best one yet because it's where it's previously lived on. So that's actually quite interesting.
Yeah. And then there's this like weird spaghetti monster in the sky.
Well, I think it's a plant.
Yeah, it's some.
I don't know. It could be is it a plantkin?
Could be a plantkin, but I think it might just be like one of those things that's just like floating in the air. I mean, this is a place where gravity is just all over the place. It seems so.
We also just have flying flowers.
Yeah.
In Eorzea.
We do.
Yeah, that's creepy, isn't it?
Yeah. I guess so.
I don't like that.
And the final. Is this the final step of the tool?
No.
Oh, because they got the glow. I just thought that signaled the end.
Oh, true.
They get
it's not the final
glow.
step. Then, because there's going to be another planet after this.
Right.
That might not have anything to do with cosmic tools, though.
That would be lame. Why are we even there?
Yeah, maybe they get two different. There's a super glow.
Another
afterwards.
glow.
Yeah.
I mean, relics often have more than one glow.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. The further enhancements to cosmic tools, bringing them up to level 765, giving them like a weird, like a purplish digital grid glow. I don't know how else to describe it. There are new rewards, some available to exchange for Cosmo credit, and some available as Cosmic Fortune prices. Same stuff as you'll expect from all of these. A sequential mission completion bonus has been added. And this is interesting. Ruin exploration. Uncover ancient records pertaining to the planet's past and have them appraised to obtain a range of items. So
this
is exciting.
Yeah.
Gives vibes of how we'd conceptualize archaeologists as a gathering job in the past.
Another thing that we've talked about recently. So,
although a very limited version of it, because we wanted to go around the world and have it as a duty of the land, and
right.
You know, find out about the world law. This is finding about Saturn's law.
If you ever wondered
start.
if we are like, if we just are so good at predicting, just I mean, come on,
yeah,
we are,
exactly.
hello,
hello.
Anyways, they showed off. So, okay, they show this like gear, and the head is from Smileton, where you have to, you know the mechanic.
It goes blue and red.
Yeah,
the face.
And then you have the suit, which makes no sense. It has bare shoulders, armpit. Yeah.
Look, I'm no expert armpit fetishist, but this is clearly designed for them in mind, you know?
I think...
I'm studying.
We played 13, and
13 was my initiation ceremony.
Yeah.
But it's bad design.
Yeah, you'd lose your arms, for sure.
You would.
In this. And
especially
if airtight.
If you wore this on Faina, which has glass storms of death, then you won't have armpits afterwards.
No, you'll lose your armpits, dude.
I mean, you very well could lose your arms because it'll probably go through them.
Yeah. For sure.
It also, even if the armpits were covered, something about the bottom half doesn't fit the head. I feel like the head feels just separate somehow.
Yeah, I do like the helmet. The helmet is cool.
It's a good helmet.
Yeah.
Finally can do my Big Daddy cosplay.
Right.
From Bioshock, not weird.
No, I know.
Dalamud Red.
Big Daddy. All right.
God.
Now we're gonna switch to a. You do not adjust your monitors. What you're about to see is real from the game. The new deep dungeon. The Merchant's Tale. New variant. Sorry, not deep. Variant dungeon.
There
the
are
Merchant's
words really to describe how impressive this is and how good this is for Square Enix.
Yeah. It's very good.
I mean, that's a screenshot.
Yeah, that is a screenshot.
It looks like, for audio listeners, imagine Final Fantasy XIV, but it's just been transformed into like
Kingdom Hearts,
like a some sort of Kingdom Hearts, Wind Waker, Mario, like sort of cell shady, cartoony kind of, but maybe Genshin in there or something, like a Hoyoverse type look. It's like so beautiful.
I'm not saying this like in a bad way, but it does look like Kingdom Hearts like 1 or 2. Like it's PS2 colorful graphics, you know? Like it's very it's very nice. It has a like a drawn cloud skybox. Like it's very nice.
It's so nice looking.
Yes. So we got some more screenshots from the
It's like Greece.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit like Greece. I can see that.
Lovely.
Yeah. And then there's some fun. This looks like 100 Acre Woods from Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, there's a path in the forest with just big bright red apples.
Yeah.
Your character just like stands out as looking incredibly dull while you're here because of how nice it looks.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed.
Could not believe his eyes when this was being shown. You had to keep convincing him that this was real, in fact.
When they show gameplay of this next time, which I think they said they'll have to now because of the reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be so good. I can't wait to run around here just to see it, in action.
Yeah.
And then right back to 14. Right back to reality.
We have a relative of Y'shtola as our NPC, starting NPC here. Unclear how they're related.
Not very Y'shtola-like, because the Y'shtola relative I know is called like Ymitra.
Yeah.
Clear, white hair.
Right.
Clearly relative.
I mean, it could be a cousin.
Yeah, well,
Pinku hair.
No, we know that it's a sister.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, Y'shtola's dad did not have all of these children with the same women.
Oh no, sorry, true. I always forget about their the way they fuck.
Yeah. Right. As if
She
you
has, I believe,
forgot, Mela.
I can't remember. It's in the story from the new Chronicles of Light. I can't remember if it says. So basically, her father passed away, so all of the siblings got together. I can't remember if there's 11 or 12. I can't remember if it's like 12 including Y'shtola or 11 including Y'shtola.
He was busy.
He was busy.
I mean, they needed to be.
Yeah.
And they apparently each of them got a present. And supposedly, what this one got was a book from a storybook from Corvus.
Oh, so that is confirmed then that this is a Corvosian text. We were going to talk about that earlier.
Wow.
Well,
it's not confirmed, but it's
I think
very likely.
with all the other context clues that we will see in a second, I think we might have confirmed it. So we travel into a book.
Very cool.
A storybook.
It's like an Oblivion quest.
Yeah. Okay, so that's
and then he explained how they work for ages.
Oh yeah,
you
unfortunately we
work.
don't get. Oh yeah, he doesn't show the item until way later. I should have moved that in our notes so we could talk about that now. Well, we can say it now. One of the items you get is a flying carpet, and Georgi said this during the live letter. But magic carpets they're from Corvus. So
Graha has mentioned it. I don't know if it was required dialogue or if it was just like flavor text if you talk to him at some point, but he does mention that at some point.
Yeah. So
it's also in the lore book, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yeah. So there you go. I feel like we can lock this in as being like a Corvosian storybook, maybe. So that's very exciting.
It is exciting.
That also potentially means that this might be a recreation. I mean, obviously, colorful storybook interpretation of a Corvosian city. Like of
it probably
Corvus.
is.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's very, very cool. It's apparently in the Magic Carpet mount description as well. So there you go. Even more confirmation.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so big updates to the system itself. So
not this part.
Oh, sorry. No, sorry. This is God. Oh, why did I include this? He went through and what is a dungeon? Okay. Sorry, what is it? Not what is a dungeon. That's very broad. What is a variant dungeon? Now, they'd made a change to the variant dungeon system. Currently, it is a little, I'm sorry, but to say, a little stupid. Currently, we have variant dungeons, and I have such a way with words, and Criterion dungeons, and then Criterion Dungeon Savage, which Criterion Dungeon is already like, it feels very, they say it's like mid-core. Isn't that what they said? Like, that's supposed to be the mid-core dungeon. That is not true. I don't know what that means to Yoshi P, but I don't think it's mid-core. It's essentially just like
I think mid-core is at a higher skill level in Japan than it is in the West.
Clearly. Remember we tried to do Criterion once, didn't we? We did it once,
Twice?
and that was twice, and it was just such a nightmare to do.
We did it. Yeah, we did it with both Sildi and Mount Rockon.
Yes, that's right. And Criterion Dungeon Savage, which is like very difficult, I guess. I wouldn't know.
I mean, you have to one-shot the dungeons. You're not allowed to wipe.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to start all over again.
Yeah. Criterion is Savage, but dungeon, and Criterion Savage is whatever that is. Just don't wipe. It's like a Baldessian arsenal almost. Like don't wipe or you have to start over. So they've adjusted the structure. It's a confusing structure as well. It's just weird. So what they're doing is that currently we have the variant dungeon, which is going to be pretty much the way it is right now. You do the paths and you do everything like you're used to. And now we also have a variant dungeon advanced, which is a very interesting system. It's a completely different thing where you just fight the bosses from the three branches. In any order you want, and every time you defeat one boss, you get rewards, and then you can choose whether or not you want to go move on to the next one, or if you just want to quit and leave. And then if you do all three bosses, you get a bonus at the end. So very simple, easy to understand system.
Designed for 2 to 4.
2 to 4. They said that he said that they couldn't make. They thought that having being able to do it solo just wasn't right for this content.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
there's something for everyone.
Yes. And then Criterion Dungeon is now the highest tier, which I think makes more sense now.
Yeah.
But that too is changed. They have removed the trash. There's no exploration in Criterion, and it's a high-level boss battle, essentially just a gauntlet where you go through the 3 bosses, basically, and that's it.
I mean, it's more or less a better system currently, I guess.
It revived. And
I do think it's a shame with the Criterion. Yeah. I do think it's a shame that with the changes they made to the Criterion Dungeon specifically, because I actually think the trash in the previous Criterions was some of the best designed trash they've ever made. It's a shame that they're not continuing with that.
Yeah, isolated.
Some of the best designed trash they've ever made is great. I fully agree with you, Georgi. It was actually good trash.
Yeah, I agree.
It was really
But
tough.
you already get the trash in the normal dungeon, so you don't really need to rehash that.
But it's that.
Yeah, but it's not well made. It's just regular trash. Like the trash in like Mount Rockon, you had to fight it in specific places because the other mobs would walk around the room, and if you got caught in multiple at once, you'd just die.
Yeah, that's true.
And bear in mind how good they've done in Dawn Trail's dungeons for trash pulls as well.
This is a very interesting, because you're pro trash in this. I guess it's because it's good trash, but I just remember
I'm not pro trash in general.
Yeah,
I just like
trash is bad.
I just remember
well made.
The backlash for Coil to have the trash.
Coil was in the old. All
I don't
of
even
the
know
previous
if trash is well made.
No, okay.
Yeah.
No, I know. I understand. I'm just saying it's an interest because now we're like, oh God, they removed the trash. I don't think I've ever heard that before. It's a first for me. It's a first for everything. You know, this
just
is my
think
first.
about the leveling dungeons in Dawn Trail.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the bosses that were good. Like the trash hit hard, and it was it actually made tanks and healers do something.
Yeah.
So with that design in mind, now that they're willing to push the difficulty up, it's just weird to pull it on this back.
Okay.
But I mean, the bosses.
I never did Criterion, so I don't know what the trash. I
don't
have
in there once.
We went in there. We experienced some of the trash.
Well,
we didn't get to.
You have to remember,
we got to the boss eventually.
Criterion is supposed to be Savage in this lineup. Like this is the new Savage Criterion.
That's true.
I was never there.
The only difference there was you wiped every time and had to restart.
I thought that most hardcore raiders, like high level, the 1%, despise trash. So I think for them,
well, maybe that's
surely
the case.
This is good.
Yeah. That may be the case.
Yeah. Okay. So here is an overview of that. So what's worth noting, I guess, is that variant dungeons you can play now from level 90. Was that always the case? No, that's new, right? Or I don't remember.
Well, yeah, I think you had to be level 90 previously because they unlocked at level 90.
It's been so long. We had to play at cap. I mean, so you can actually level. Okay. No, well, it level syncs you. Yeah. Oh, but it level syncs you to 100. Fantastic.
That is weird, but yeah.
I guess you can get XP from this. And then you have variant dungeons, which is and Criterion Dungeon, all at level 100. So at cap. And also on Criterion Dungeon, you are locked to the classic light party, so you can't just be whatever you want.
Yeah.
In that one.
Well, pre-formed parties can pick any formation, but yeah.
Oh yeah, yes, that's right. If you're using the Duty Finder, you'll have to, or whatever they.
Wild for those people who in this stage, if you keep it up, haven't capped everything with the society quests and everything. But I mean, if you haven't, brilliant.
For what?
Because you can't in.
For
what level do you start in Dawn's in a Pilgrim's Traverse? Can you level in Pilgrim's Traverse from 90 to 100?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So there's loads of options to level.
Yeah.
Too many options, so that's good though.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay, and then there's just a picture of one of the bosses, lady on a carpet.
Lady on a carpet. Wow.
It's lady on a carpet.
Pointy boots.
Pointy boots. Yeah. And then we have the gear,
Whoa.
which is very light. Yeah. There's I don't know how to describe it. The pants on them.
It's Thavnarian in design
Thavnarian-ish.
from everything we see. Presumably, then Corvus and Thavner have some cultural similarities.
Yes, it does
Yeah.
seem that way.
The male one is interesting because it does just look like he's wearing just like boxer briefs
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
underneath the pants.
Yeah, it does. Okay, and then we have the flying carpet.
Yeah.
The giant flying
Very
carpet.
nice. I mean, this looks good.
Yeah.
This looks good.
I think this is a good. I like that they've. If they had gone back with variant dungeons with no change to the system at all, I would be kind of annoyed that it took them this long to just throw out one more dungeon. You know, like it feels like they we thought I started to wonder that they had like abandoned it.
Yeah.
But they haven't. They were reworking it.
I think if you look, this is 100%. Well, not necessarily gender locked, but the gear's going to change depending on gender, because otherwise, on the one on the right, that little bit is covering just like your nipple and nothing else, and that's not going to. I mean,
well,
you can all dream, but that's not going to fly.
No, that's not going to.
So they would still have to change them both. They'll still be. If these are like two different, yeah. If this is two separate pieces of gear, which I hope it is, there'll still be amendments to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if the one on the right on a woman melee gives you underboob?
I mean, I would.
Yeah. It's possible.
I can only dream.
Yeah.
I can only dream.
You can only dream. We'll see. We'll soon know.
It's the best part.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's variant dungeon updates. Massive for variant dungeon lovers out there. Next, we moved on to then the system updates, which is always the most intriguing part nowadays. Because that's when quality...
very much so was this time.
Oh yeah, it didn't fail this time either. First started off with new UI color themes, clear green and clear white. Yeah, interesting color choices.
This is following, yeah.
But
so it's clear blue, isn't it? The blue's called clear blue.
Yeah.
Is it?
I assume so.
I
it's
think
called clear green,
isn't it? Or is it just called like? Is it? Oh, let me. Well,
I assume it's clear blue, and that clear white is the weirdest one, I guess.
Yeah.
Because
is it? I feel like white I've seen in the game before. Green, I feel like came out of nowhere.
Oh no, green is the weirdest color they've added.
It is clear brew.
Clear blue.
Clear brew.
Clear brew.
Yeah.
So clear is this style, and then they just changed the hue, I guess.
Yeah.
I like it though. I think I'll try the clear white as a change. Kind of, it brings back the old grey look, but makes it look nicer. So it's like
updates it to be a bit.
Yeah.
I use blue at the moment, but I don't think I'll be using green. But I know someone who should.
I know someone. I know someone here that might do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try it out.
Yeah. Okay. Dead on Arrival strategy board.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, brother, this one is
looking forward to this. Don't worry. I've meticulously made our raid plan for raid night. How do I share it with you?
Why? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's you just have to give me the code, Mela. The strategy board code. Unclear how this works. But
do you load that in game, or do you have to go on strategyboardcodes.com to get the?
I don't know. I am so sorry, but this is not going to. I don't see any future for this.
This is one where you've already wasted so much time on it.
Yeah.
But it would still have been worth canning it and not releasing it.
I think so. It has been renamed from Raid Finder to... Well, I don't know if that's just like a translation of the Japanese right now, but it on the notes now it says strategy board on the slide this time. So it just looks way too clunky and messy to deal with. I think it's going to be...
Too hard to set up.
Yeah, I think... I agree. And it is obviously...
And for what? For what? Because you can't have this. I don't think you can have this open during the fight, can you?
I don't think.
Or maybe you can have it like on the side. I don't know. How is this going to help you?
I don't know.
When you've got such good tools already in the community.
It has obviously it's very clunky because it also has to work on console. So this strategy finder would probably, the only way I can find an in-game strategy finder to work well is if it's optimized for mouse and keyboard, and not because of controller, you have to have a lot of buttons that do multiple things, and you have to like have all these button presses to click. There's probably going to be confirmation prompts, and just going to be so much annoyance with this.
Can it even display movement, or like show players going from here to here? Does it have like slides? Is it like a slideshow? Because it doesn't look like there's any left and right arrows or anything.
Got the sliders at the bottom. I just it's just I don't know
what you do on it.
The problem is that there are better...
here's one mechanic.
I do think that while the sliders on the bottom do exist, you will be able to manipulate it with the mouse probably as well.
Mm-hmm. I hope
Because
so.
why would it? Because like the object that's being selected right now, it has the square around it that suggests it can be manipulated.
Oh yeah, for sure. It definitely
That's
also
true.
Obviously, I mean, we are both a mouse and keyboard and controller based game, so obviously it has to cater for both.
Yeah.
It's just I think
I don't
the
think
UI...
I've ever seen the symbol for magic and ranged DPS combined.
Oh,
I
right.
think I've seen it before.
Yeah.
So weird looking one, clunky.
Yeah, it just to me it looks clunky. It looks like an annoying thing to work with, and I think the primary reason is that it took too long. There are better tools.
Way too long.
There are better tools out there that people are using. That's the main point. But good luck. I'm sure it's going to be used a lot when it's first released. Just like how the duty recorder and fellowships all got used a lot at the start, and then it'll taper off quickly, very quickly.
Got used a lot.
Fellowships got used for one day.
They were used like the first week. People were all over that shit, and then no one. And that's going to be the life of this one as well. I think it's going to last. It's going to last a little longer.
Active.
Ours is
Join our fellowship.
Not fucking active for that. What are you saying?
Our fellowship's good. We got a big task. We got this ring.
No way. Okay.
We got to take it somewhere.
Anyway, onto the very exciting feature.
The biggest news ever.
Yeah, they're adding free slots in it's like a little bag. I don't know what else to call it.
It's a little pouch.
A little pouch.
A 4-tab pouch.
They call it like a quick panel. The quick panel is what they call it.
Yeah.
So you can finally take
no whimsy in their life.
No, you can. He showed an example. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's some new
command panel. That's even worse than quick
panel.
Command
command.
That's a really horrible name.
Yeah. So this is a new UI element. It can hold 25 slots over 4 pages. So you can store all of your... He shows like someone who has a lot of emotes on their bar.
Yeah, this isn't how you should be using
If you have like potions on your bar, food on your bar, what else do you have? But your class, your job switching buttons, dig, mount, minion, all of that stuff can now be put in the command panel and hidden away, and then you can have... He shows it in this... this is an example. He's showing some stuff here that he's putting it all in here, and then you can have the buttons for each page. So that if you, let's say page 1 is like, that's where I have all my potions and stuff. You can press that, opens your potions. You can have the number 2 is where I have my emotes. Press that, opens that page with your emotes. Very handy, and this is like stuff that Mela talked about when we were covering the live letter. Like there are macros out there where you can like do this basically, where you press a button and it opens like, but it's using up literally all of your slots. They've made it for us now, and a whole new system. This is great.
Yeah, each page is twice the size of a hotbar.
Yeah. Very good. Good quality of life update. I don't know if there was anything I missed in the... Yeah, no, that's it. Nope, that's it. Also macros, obviously, very good for crafters. Maybe if you have a lot of crafting macros, you can put them in one of these pages as well.
Yeah, this will be good for my exploration.
Yeah.
Shame that we still haven't had an update to the number of macros available. But that's fine.
I have a lot of macros.
There's the shared and then there's the per character one. It's like 400 overall, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, how many macros do you need?
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of, that's the trouble.
I never delete them.
And then you don't delete them. Then you're like, I might need that.
You forget, like, what is this macro? That's what I always do. Like, what the...
And every old macro no longer works because your stats are higher.
Yeah,
it's
the
annoying,
skills don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
it's very... Also, more macro icons would be nice, please.
I agree with that.
Yeah, for sure.
And don't make us do /m icon, because that wastes
always
a line.
the reply we get. Do /m
wastes a line.
icons, like... No,
that wastes a line.
You don't know how macros work if you think we can waste one fucking line.
Yeah, we can't
the
always
whole
do
goal
that.
in this game is to craft something within 15 actions. That's literally the only goal of a crafter.
Yeah.
We're not wasting a line.
Okay. Next is also huge and something that the community has wanted for years and years, but Yoshi, there's become like one of Yoshi P's like big like, I don't know what to call it. Like, this is the one thing he hasn't budged on for some reason for so long. Yeah, that's right. Class restrictions on certain gear gone. Or all gear is what I was getting from this, really. But like, class locked gear is a thing of the past now. They showed us
class lock glamour.
Glamour,
yeah,
specifically.
Not gear.
Not gear. Glamour. You can now. They showed us a picture of a white mage, someone in a white mage. Sorry,
Dark Knight.
Already, it's confusing me already. A Dark Knight.
Yeah, because it's ruining your
how the game works for you. Showing a Dark Knight with a white mage robe, which
I can't. There's nothing sacred anymore. Can a Dark Knight truly wear artifact gear from a white mage? No, it's just unbelievable.
Does immersion mean nothing to you, Yoshi P? Really?
Exactly.
Really?
Now,
a Pictomancer in tank gear?
Did you visit Solution 9?
That's true.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't have different weapons. It goes without saying, really.
Yeah.
I would have been shocked if they had even considered that.
Yeah.
You have to to glamour your weapons types onto your weapon.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
That's not a dragoon's hat. I can't even see his tummy.
No, that's true.
It's a he, so
yeah, that's true. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's safe. Yeah, so that's huge. And
yeah, he's a spearfisher.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's got a big ass spear. You can use any gear in your glamours, irrespective of class, job, or level restrictions, not descriptions. Please note that due to the impact on animations, weapons and tools can only be equipped by the corresponding class. Example, two-handed swords can only be glamoured to another two-handed sword. That makes sense. And that's it. They wave us off.
But
there is something we have to discuss further, which is the... right before the end there was something that was missing from the live letter. And we were thinking, there's not been a single word about housing, has there? Well,
I think the system's pretty good currently, so I don't think it needs many updates.
Well, it turns out that housing updates are being delayed until 7.5. So no housing updates. And Yoshi P stated that it was it had something to do with the servers. And a very funny thing happened in the translation. We were following the subreddit's translation of this. And someone, I think the translator, or someone on the translating team.
Yeah, one of the translators, yeah.
Was like, well, he's being very technical right now, talking about the actual issue. And if you want to, I can translate that for you. I can transcribe it. react to this message if you want, and it just exploded in reactions.
Yeah.
So they had no choice but to do that, and now we have Yoshi P's explanation for why it's taking so long to add more housing slots specifically. So I'm going to read this. This is the transcription that they ended up doing. So take that with a grain of salt. This is a translation done by someone on a, we don't, but it's pretty, they're usually very, very accurate.
Yes.
Shout out to them, by the way. It must be very rough. It must be rough, especially when it's all like technical. Right now, this is Yoshi P saying this. Right now, I'm seeing everyone from housing side feeling jealous here. But we are currently entering the final stage of the optimization push to increase the placement limit for the addition of slots for outdoor furnishings and indoor furniture. I'm so sorry that it ended up taking that much time, and I'm very sure we can get it done by patch 7.5. I'm confident that we are able to increase the outdoor furnishing / outdoor furnishing placements, indoor furnishing placements amount by around 1.5x. So 8.5 times. And we're currently
1.5x though. Does that mean, just to confirm, does that mean a 50% increase or a 150% increase?
I would assume 50%. So that's not already
That's quite minimal.
Quite minimal. So
Wow.
Already a little worried about that. This might be maybe lost in translation, but yeah, it says 1.5x, so. And we're currently entering
the numbers are the things that they get are most easy to translate.
So if that is
That's true. Not many more slots.
Yeah. And we're currently entering the final stage of optimizations. Currently, we're focusing on the speeding up on the servers, and that's what we're doing right now. So Foxland says, so if you could provide us detailed explanation on the matter. Yoshi P says. For this, well, you see, basically, the so-called number of objects that can be placed, meaning where the players place these objects, are information we obviously have to manage entirely via our servers. Of course, this is a given when the players log out of the game. I mean, they have to log out, right? So this means when the amount becomes 1.5 times higher than the total volume, our beloved CPU-kun has to keep track of it all. And you can imagine our CPU-kun goes, Kya! And ah! With that kind of workload. Under normal operations, we can manage it somehow, sure. But let's say when maintenance happens and we have to restart the server, for example. If we turn off CPU-kun's power, you can imagine CPU-kun would just go blank face at you. Now, imagine we go, now CPU-kun, rise from your slumber so that you can welcome our Lord players into the game. When that happens, CPU-kun will have to go through the process to memorize everything all over again. And when the volume is now 1.5 times more, the CPU-kun will just hold its head and go, wah! Which causes the time it takes to open the server getting higher. Yep, that's exactly it. Which caused the time it takes to open the server getting higher. Oh yeah, it's causing the, yeah. Yep, that's exactly it. In other words, and to simply put, we're optimizing them so that the server memorizes them quicker than what they're doing currently. And then you see, since we have so many worlds, if we get into cases where we need to perform emergency maintenance for whatever reason that comes up, like taking it down for a second and fixing it right away, it will end up taking 3 times as long, or something like that.
3 times as long?
Yeah. That's 3.0x.
3x.
Yeah.
3x.
Yeah.
Remember that modern computers perform billions of operations per second, CPUs.
We can discuss this.
But I will say, imagine how many operations there are with the amount of houses, times the amount of servers, times the amount of worlds.
Yeah. Plus,
and it's got to memorize the position of up to currently. Now, I'm not saying that this is acceptable. It's got to remember the positions of up to 200, 300, or 400 different items within about 60 slots per 30 per 24.
But
that's a lot of numbers.
But I mean, we also have to remember that there's not just one CPU that's doing all of that across all worlds. Every world is a separate.
Yeah, they should all have their
server.
own.
So they are.
I think Yoshi P is saying there is one CPU.
Sorry. Plus, this was mentioned in the past, but I mentioned something about how you can get your housing interior to be glamored into L size, regardless of your current house size. Size L, size M, size S, right? Well, the system is almost complete. Actually, it's finished. But here's the thing. Assuming everyone switches to large size, this will
almost complete. Actually, it's finished.
Yeah. This will cause the number of furniture slot placements to increase, right? In this case, CPU-kun would, well, imagine if the CPU-kun have to perform 2 of these tasks simultaneously.
What's a core for?
Yeah. Their single core Intel Pentium 4 is simply not up to the task.
Dog shit technology.
Foxclan says, this means CPU-kun would already... Yoshida, yep. Imagine that CPU-kun's eyes would go bloodshot and wring my neck because of all the suffering. So for now, we're going to work on the final stage of optimizing the numbers where players can place and manage, and then increase these numbers. That way, we can then increase the amount of placement number for S-size house owners. Same goes for M-size house owners, and finally, the L-size house owners as well. So we really need to get this part done properly first. Once this is done, we can finally work on allowing players to be able to change their interior size while ignoring that house size. We're aiming to deliver not only for indoor furnishings, but also outdoor furnishings simultaneously. So we're definitely in the final push for the optimization. So it would be greatly appreciated if players could just wait a little more. We're working and determined to make it happen, without players having to get this update on the next expansion. And once we're done with this, we can then finally move into the glamour plates, and so on.
Finally.
Foxclan says, 1 by 1, in order. Yoshida, the plates are the same as well. You can imagine the servers go, over this.
No, I
Of
can't.
course. Being able to swap them instantly means it will involve some form of server communication and other factors, some parts omitted. Well, beyond that, we also want to add more content, especially as a future challenge, where we want to add more things we can do in public fields. You are aware that... Is this editor's or translator's commentary, maybe? You are aware that we can only display current buffs up to 30...
No, the translator's commentary is at the bottom.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I just saw that symbol. You are aware that we can only display current buffs up to 30 in a screen now, yes? We really want to optimize that and do something about it, making it possible to develop more ways to play. Well, I see. The symbol is for what he just said. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I should probably maybe actually read that then. We want to add more things we can do in public fields, he said, period. Public field likely refers to the zones that are not cities. You know, the place where you do your Fate sightseeing log and taking G-poses, just to clarify that. We really want to optimize... Sorry, you are aware that we can only display current buffs up to 30 in a screen now, yes? We really want to optimize that and do something about it, making it possible to develop more ways to play. Well, this would involve future content, and I might be getting ahead of myself here, but we plan to optimize things in order, step by step like this, making everyone's experience a lot more comfortable. For now, Glamour is going to go through huge changes, and we are now working on the final phases of optimization on housing here. So I'd appreciate everyone's support on the matter.
It does sound like potentially more dots in the future.
More dots.
The return of dots.
Yeah.
You see, the way that they've cutified the problem.
Yeah.
It's very Japanese. They get away with a lot like that.
They get away with a lot because a lot of this can be resolved with simply having better hardware.
This is a lot of this is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
The data that you need on a server in a house for 400 items is an ID for what the item should be, and then 3 numbers for its coordinates, and then 1 number for its rotation. That's kilobytes of data. It's not a. What they shouldn't be doing is somehow storing the full. Die channels if it's die, so it like wraps the color around it.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't have to have the whole object somehow loaded via the CPU, like the whole, texture of it. It's not stored. That's not stored data. That's not how you do these things.
No,
I agree. It's very bizarre.
It is bizarre. I think. Yeah. They only have the servers that they are allowed to have with the cost that Square Enix does not like spending money on its products.
No.
So I'm assuming
they only have the technology they have access to, and they also are restricted by what the code said originally and how easily that can be moved to something more modern without losing what is currently already there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
It is interesting that they have such. I mean, they invested. We thought they invested quite heavily in infrastructure a while back when we got like they refreshed the EU data centers a while back. Then they added more stuff to the EU data center. They opened the Oceanian data center. They did a
we were
refresh
going to
on
get
the
a third
NA
one at some point.
I never heard anything else about that.
No, but we
I
were.
think that's not going to happen. We got a temporary one.
But if maybe that, but the temporary one, what happened to that server? Surely they have access to these things.
That's true. Well,
Didn't they say there was a digital server?
Yeah, that was like a cloud server,
like
wasn't
that,
it? Like,
yeah, they had the cloud.
I
don't know. It feels.
It's clear that there's two things. There are two factors here. Their code is shit, and that is pretty obvious because it's built on a skeleton.
Their code is old.
The code is old,
bad.
and I can sympathize with the fact that they have to deal with a ghost that is 15 years old now, and that is the base of the game. You know, it's still the base of, like, you dig far enough down, you find, you know, what's his name? I already forgot his name. Tanaka. You find Tanaka's face. You dig deep enough, you see Tanaka's face. And the second is that they probably are running on hardware that is probably not great at what it's doing, I guess. That sounds... If the CPU is like overheating or like just throttling because it's doing tasks, is...
Because it's opening...
Because you're
when
walking
you go in
into
your
a house. There are other games.
I mean, the house loads quickly now, so I'm happy to wait 3 times the couple of seconds it takes to load. I'll take a few more seconds.
Yeah. There are other.
If this is all these troubles to add 10 new slots to your house,
don't exist.
Well, no, the main issue seems to be when it turns back on after maintenance.
Yes, I mean, it seems like boot up the server seems to be an issue.
Yeah.
Which
again, though, I oftentimes the servers come up early. I'll happily wait until 10 o'clock or whatever. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, but they said 3 times as long.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I don't know how long it takes to boot up 14 servers, but it seems like it is a pretty long wind up.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of this is stuff that they probably can't change. Like, for instance, if it is hardware limitations, that's higher.
I mean, remember
that's above
the age of this game.
And like hardware limitations, it doesn't matter if they can afford some. They need to upgrade them all simultaneously. They can't have some be slower than the others.
No.
Yeah, you can't have
That's a very
Japan's
expensive...
running the modern tech and America's not.
It's an expensive investment.
The game's 15 years old though. There's only so much they're gonna put into it now.
Well, I think the other thing is that they would need to do a complete rewrite of the code, which again,
potentially that too.
That is
the game's too old for that.
Huge. Yeah, you can't. Literally,
if they had a plan for another 20, 30 years of this game, they would do it. But they know that.
So
they know that we've had the main, arc.
Yeah.
They know that it's going to wind down over the next.
With that in mind, what Yoshi P is saying makes sense. There is just it has everything stacked against it.
That is correct. We forget. Well, we don't forget, but we don't think about the It's not just the 4 ones we have access to. There is also the Korean, Chinese, and Southeast Asian servers now.
Yeah.
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 I mean, ideally they would do better in light of competition for these systems, but at the end of the day, it's their choice whether or not to.
Yeah.
And people who can't deal with it anymore will move on to other, pastures green.
Yeah.
There's only so much they're going to be willing to invest, and remember that as a company, Square Enix uses 14 to make money, not spend money.
Yes, unfortunate, but true. There was a time...
We have to accept some of these things.
There was a time when they invested a lot, like when I said, when they did that whole data center overhaul that they did in phases. That was a great time. They clearly upgraded our servers that time. But
I don't like it, and you probably don't like it, but at some point you just have to decide if enough is enough. We'll see what they do with it. I'm more interested in the glamour changes than the housing changes.
If this
anyway.
is a game breaker for you,
yeah,
then maybe it is time.
Yeah,
It's an old game. It's an
It's
old
a
game.
very
You
old
can
game.
leave.
They have to make that financial decision.
Yeah.
Is it okay to leave it as is now and potentially lose the amount of people, like the people that have had enough, versus the amount of money they would spend and the amount of money they would keep based on that expenditure?
Yeah.
I think most people who would see this as a deal breaker are probably kind of clocked out.
I
anyway.
think so too. I think
so. It's a tough one. I
as
understand.
someone who really wanted to see the housing system updated further, reading this, it's not going to happen. The housing system is the way it is, and it's going to be this way forever. I don't think we're going to... The fact that they're only working on 50% more housing items is essentially confirming what I feared.
Yeah.
And that is
it's not a big increase. I mean, look, they've not even added proper camera controls to Final Fantasy XI, and they've had like 20 years to add that since the game stopped.
That's true.
11. They don't. Yeah. They just don't care enough to do that.
I think they care. I think there's just they.
I think Yoshi P cares.
Harken back to when, and I don't know if you remember. I think you remember when he talked about resources, not having resources. You remember that? He didn't, or the cost, or whatever he said. Remember when he said that, when he talked about not being able to add difficulties to Occult Crescent, Southhorn, the tower.
Yes.
That quote that was taken out of context and used as like, oh, see, they don't have money. Well, yeah, he probably was referring to stuff like this as well. Like, they just don't have the resources to like upgrade shit the way they want, and that's not their fault.
Unfortunately not.
There are other people that decide how much money.
What you do in a company, as a team within a company, you essentially petition for a pot of money.
Yes.
And they can say, oh, we need $100 million to upgrade our server architecture. And then Guitar Man's going to look down and say, how about we just pull some mobile games off the market and we don't give you any money? And you actually make $1 million for me. And it's like, okay. Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah. I don't remember
what can you do?
I don't remember what he said. Did he say money or I don't remember exactly.
Well, resources can mean.
He said cost.
Yeah. Cost is what he said. Yeah, they had
resource they only have so many staff. We've seen that they've been hiring. They put adverts in their live letters for staff sometimes.
Yeah,
they have.
They don't have the resource human wise.
But they don't seem to be the kind of company that they don't follow this system that's very common in the West, Western video game development, I should say, where they'll hire people on, and then when a project is over, they'll let them go. Like, for the most part, it seems like if you're hired, you stay on with the company.
Right. Yeah.
Japan's still very much a job for life type of society.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. It's a complicated issue, and I mean, we can be angry and be annoyed that they're not spending the money on the game. It's not so much the dev's fault, it's not Yoshi P and the team's fault. It's whoever's in control of the money that is to blame for this. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I guess we have to say about that. If you don't have the money, you can't do the things you want. You can do whatever. You have to do what you can with the money you have.
Yeah. Chad is bringing up that they don't hire non-Japanese speakers. You can't immediately transition a team from all Japanese speakers to being able to accommodate a single digit or double digit number of English speakers.
No.
All of a sudden.
Square Enix might be a global company, but the 14 team, in terms of the core developers, are in Japan. They're Japanese people. Just because some of the American people do the translations doesn't mean they code.
Do we know that they're want for laborers, for workers? Is that I thought...
Well, they have talked about in the past that some people don't want to go into MMO development because it is kind of a dead end in terms of your career.
Right.
And more specifically for their game, because of the tools they use are quite archaic as well. You're not going to gain skills that can be transferred to other...
Yeah. It's not like a very
you're gaining tools for a architecture that is not relevant outside of this very old system that sadly can't evolve because of the fact that it was built 15 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They have apps. I think if there are a few things you can wish for here, but
yeah,
another Final Fantasy MMO is more of a likely option for you than thinking this game will become perfect.
I mean, but
within the next few
please
years,
don't
5 years.
forget what we just talked about that's coming in this next patch. There are
so much
quality
good
of
stuff.
life changes that are pretty big for this game.
Green.
Yeah, green, guys. Can you imagine? So there
And
are
look at what they did with the new variant dungeon. That's quite impressive technologically, bearing in mind what they are dealing with.
Yeah,
so,
we are getting.
There's no doomer here.
No, we're not dooming. We are being realistic. The game
Exactly.
is old. We have they are making the shell housing where you can essentially it doesn't matter the size of your exterior, you can still have a mansion inside.
Yeah, it's
that
in
is
the
happening.
Actually, it's complete.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah.
So that is coming. We're getting more furniture slots, even though it is only 50% more according to this. That's still happening. So
yeah.
Take what we get. We have to take what we get.
Exactly.
And I still think that's good. That like TARDIS type
good.
housing is great.
Exactly. That's more important than adding slots because that means everyone gets a chance at their large house, regardless.
And every house will have up to 600 furnishings, which is a lot.
Yeah. That is still a lot. You have to think about that too. You get take 50% of what you currently your current housing slots, and then add it to your house.
I mean, if you're putting 600 cups of Kinderpunch in your house, it's going to look like your house isn't very furnished.
Yeah.
I love Kinderpunch.
How many housing slots are there for a large house? Is it 300? No,
400.
I don't know.
400. 400. So you add 200. Yeah, that's 600.
That's why I said 600. Yeah, it's 200, 300, 400.
Yeah,
that's pretty decent.
That is pretty decent. Increasing glamour storage. He did mention that. That's next on the list.
Yeah, plates is next, and then plates is next, and then I think they'll go to glamour storage.
Yeah. They do it.
The glamour system is a mess.
Yes, the glamour system is a mess.
Having more plates is at least something good.
They already saved some space in the glamour storage system by allowing.
Sorry,
it's just a picture of them.
We're done with the slides.
Yeah. By allowing you to consolidate gear sets.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
It's still awkwardly done. But it's the bones of a glamour log.
Yeah, it is.
Because instead of having to put in a full set, imagine if it just, you put in the ones you've got, and then you start filling those slots up until you get a little tick. Well done, you've got it all. And then you have that for every set. Could happen one day. It won't look pretty, but it could happen one day.
Yes. So there you go. All in all, a fantastic live letter. Mostly because it was short as well. We've had very long live letters recently, which just been dragging on because he gets stuck on a topic and it just goes on. Part 2 will obviously have more. It'll have the trailer. It'll have live previews and obviously all the stuff that he didn't show us in this live letter. There are still some surprises probably in store.
What's that normally? Will that be on the 5th of December?
16th?
Probably. It's normally a week and a half out.
Okay,
yeah. Okay, so, you also have to remember, in the end, the game is not about housing. This is not a housing simulator. It's not The Sims. You're not playing this.
It's not The Sims or Paralives.
But it does
December.
This is a game.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, this is a game that has many systems.
Yeah.
Ed boy.
It has many systems. And I think the housing system is still decent for what it is. It's not...
Absolutely. You can do a lot with it, as we saw in our House of a Realm.
Someone made like an underground mine shaft. Like, that's crazy.
It was crazy. You can do a lot.
Yeah. So I think in Zoe Erasure,
absolutely, because that
rightfully so.
AI first.
Rightfully so.
Didn't they talk about how they were making like a way for you to naturally float things without having to glitch them as well?
I mean, that's necessary.
Yes,
I think
he did say that. Yeah, that's right. So there are lots of stuff to look forward to. I just knew when I saw this like text thing from Yoshi P that This is going to blow out again, and we're going to talk about all this forever.
We can get a pretty good rage bait title for this episode, though.
We can.
Housing delayed again?
Yeah. But don't worry.
Only 5 new items in-house?
If you enjoy 14 in its current form, you have nothing to worry about. You'll get new content. True. You'll get improvements to existing content. That's that. It's as simple as that. If you don't like 14 in its current content, then the game is maybe over for you. It happens. MMOs wane in interest and maybe you'll come back. Maybe an expansion comes out.
MMOs go through waves.
Yeah,
they do go.
WoW has gone through waves.
Yeah, you're always.
We haven't really had a particularly strong dip.
No.
We're a bit of an exception. It's fine to be on a dip now.
Yeah, I think
Yoshi P's promised that in 8.0 the jobs will be good again.
That's right. It did say that.
He did not say that.
Yes, he did. He did say that
Beastmaster.
Exactly, verbatim.
Could be. Is it Pokemon? We'll find out one day.
Yeah. Okay. That's all we have for you today. A little bit of a stern talking to. It wasn't stern. That's it for today. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Remember to follow us on our socials, SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersXIV, youtube.com/SpeakersXIV, exclamation in chat if you want to join our Discord server. If you're watching on demand, links in the description. There's no post show today. I'm sorry. We'll make sure we get a post show obviously next week. Rollo will be back as well, hopefully.
Hopefully.
And that's that. See you tomorrow. It's Sunday. We'll be playing a co-op game there. Friend Slop, probably. And we'll see you for that. All right. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.